right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday as we get ready to kick off this Friday. Peter should be joining us shortly. There he is.
There I am.
Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
I'm good. I didn't know why I wasn't there. That was all my fault. Hey, I'm doing good. As we come to the end of this week, I can't believe it's a Friday already. So, um,
Yeah, goes fast.
it's
Goes fast.
yeah, that it does. All right. Well, I see that we're queuing up. Why don't we jump right into it here because we do have some economic data. We actually have economic data to talk about, Carlos.
Yeah.
That's a rarity in itself. It's been one of those weeks that, period of time, a couple of weeks, I guess, where we really just have not been getting any data. So, but the CPI data did come out. I don't know. Did federal workers like go in purposely to produce this? I heard that they made some special. Anyways, this is government produced data. We have it apparently because it's absolutely essential for Social Security. I don't know how this happened, but anyways, we got data. It looks like the core CPI data came in slightly under expectations, so a tenth of a percentage point lower in all cases. So frankly, not much to see here. The market itself is largely given a big ol' whatever. I mean, there was a little bit of a jump higher when the numbers came out. Interestingly, the rating services say that's a bad thing that the numbers came in lower, but the market seems to like it. So either way, it's probably going to be short-lived, and it's not going to create drastic movement in the market. What will be specific earnings that we've had, and we've got a few to talk about. Some that happened last night, and then of course a couple that are happening this morning. Although it's a little lighter now. This week, Tesla was the big one that that we talked about yesterday morning. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we'll talk about those that did happen.
100%. Looking forward to that. I hear Peter fine, Steve. Steve, so I'm not sure what you are hearing, but I hear him very clear this morning. So it all looks good on my end. So maybe refresh on your end. Let me know if anybody else has any audio problems. But I hear him. I hear him good. I hear you good.
Move the microphone, maybe. I'll talk right into it.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Better? Worse?
No, it sounds good to me. So I can tell the difference.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Yeah. SoCal Trader. Yeah. It's not that simple. It's not that easy. Once you hit live, that's when we had the problem. No, I love the comment. The comment is, hey, why don't you start a little bit earlier so you could be on time? Well, guess what, buddy? We start at 8 a.m. Okay, 30 minutes before. We're on here cranking everything up, making sure we're good for you. But
Yeah.
there's this thing happens when you hit the accelerator, it sometimes doesn't go,
Wow.
right? When you got to go
You-
live, it doesn't
I
go.
I
And
think we
that's
just
when you
heard
scramble.
Carlos angry. I've never heard
No,
Carlos angry before. That was,
no,
hey, buddy.
yeah. No. I barely get angry, man. I'm one of those people I'm always happy, even in the worst situations. Glass is always
No, I think
half full.
you had like a brief moment. It only lasted like 2 seconds, but it was there. All right.
No, I'm kidding. We love you guys. All right,
Love it.
guys, gappers list. Bunch of stuff in the green. Actually, Peter, I like this. No data, like data once in a while, not every single day. I kind of like that. Like, let's
Like
have
that?
data when it
All right.
makes sense and not just have data every week that we have the markets kind of scrambling. We should consolidate the data.
Well,
I'm sure some analysts will be probably out of a job, but let's consolidate the data like once a month and be done. All right. Here, friends, tons of stuff this morning, the gap up list. Let's see what's driving this thing. Obviously, we got two key earnings that you see here, Intel and Ford, and both doing very well right now. We'll get into that in just a second. But first, let's look at INBX. INBX this morning, we are up 68%, Peter. It's a big number up here. 800,000 shares traded in high, whatever this is, Bioscience ticker.
in Hybrix?
In Hybrix.
I don't know. I'm not sure. They're missing some vowels in some key spots there.
Yeah.
In Hybrix, maybe they're trying to inhibit something, aren't they? What do they make? Anyways, they had look. It's a biotech that's has positive results for a phase 3 trial of they seem to like bad names. Ozikibart. Anyways, maybe it's endemic to what they're doing in their industry because this is for a trial for chondrosarcoma. Chondrosarcoma. There you go. I had to sound that out. So I don't know what any of that is. I apologize to anybody that has chondrosarcoma. I'm sure you're pretty excited. There's a phase 3 trial drug that's doing well. I do not know what that is. Oh, it's a type of cancer. Okay, there you go.
Mm.
Oh, it includes bone pain. Yikes. As soon as you say something causes bone pain, I feel bad for you because that's not good. So,
Bone?
anyways,
What is bone pain? Like pain in your? I never had pain in the bones. Pain in the bones is
no?
pains?
Oh yeah.
No. What is?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like deep arthritis when you get it like when it's in your
Oh
bones,
yeah, yeah.
man.
Got it. Yep.
It's that's rough stuff like that. Anyways, so yeah, feel really bad for anybody that has bone pain.
Oh.
It's like yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
so in Hibrix, apparently they've got a phase 3 trial that's going well. That's why they're gapping up. Still not trading it.
Yeah, it looks brutal, man. Let's go to something else here. So we're tradingterminal.com, friends. You can find all the kinds of tools you need for trading, including this scanners right on here. Next one is NEUP. So NEUP, so NEUP. This morning we are up 44%. High flying today. What's the float on this? 1.7 million shares float. So a little bit on the lower side this morning. 21 million shares traded so far, Peter. So we're rocking today. Daily looks a little bit messy here, but pre-market definitely in play today.
Yeah. So they had some bad news earlier in the week, and then some good news today. So earlier in the week, they actually discontinued the development of one of their lead drugs, this so-called BCN. And is it a Monday? What's with all these biotechs? Anyways, we seem to be getting more biotechs on Fridays now. I'm not sure why. But anyways, they discontinued the development of BCN 201, which was a drug for social anxiety disorder, being that it failed to reach its efficacy conditions. However, they have a deal with Merck, which is one of the big boys out there, for one of their Alzheimer drugs, and they just received a $15 million milestone payment for achieving some key milestones on that one. So while they had some bad news earlier this week, some good news today as they achieved that milestone payment. And I'm looking at the daily. Oh my God, this thing is. Okay, so yeah, so just look at the daily chart, Carlos. It tells the tale. You can see how it dropped on the news of canceling the drug, and then it's popping up just a little bit. So, at the beginning of the week, this was a $16 stock. It dropped to $4 because they had to cancel the key drug. It's back up to 6 that they got that milestone payment. Just zoom out about a year, and you'll see
Okay.
the real tale of Euphoria Therapeutics. Here it comes. Just wait for it.
Oh,
Wait
there
for
it
it.
is.
Or maybe a little bit more. There you go. So yeah,
Wow.
there you go.
IPO day here.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
So
Ouch.
so this pop here in the big scheme of things, not doing much for this company, being where it came from.
It's
They
tough,
clearly
man.
have had some reverse splits here as they've struggled to cope over the last couple of years. Yeah, not going so well overall. So good day today, but keep it in relative terms. So
Yeah. Yeah. Then, leave it alone here. All right. Let's I mean, intraday looks does look good, man. This volume, but again, you're right, Pierre. I'm not sure how this thing's going to trade. Be careful. Low flow ticker at 1.7. If you're a low flow trader, this is clearly in play, and you should probably be watching it. All right, IREN today. So IREN this morning. What do we have here? We are up 9% almost. 1.8 million shares traded. Daily looks awesome on this thing. I mean, it's just beautiful. And there's plenty of other tickers you could trade alongside this one, but this one's leading the way today, Peter. So Uh, Again, they took a little bit of a break, right? So you had the little drop here, and now we're trying to recover somewhat up nicely. But I think there's better tickers to look at that we can trade today.
Yeah, this is one that it keeps popping up regularly. It amazes me how often it pops up. Because they're little bit of an oddity. They run data centers out of Australia, and but they do all sorts of other things, right? They've dipped into crypto. They're building AI server farms. And they are partnering with companies that do those things. For example, the news today seems to be driving them that they have revealed that they're sort of joint positions here in bit farms and CIFR mining, who have taken positions with IREN, I guess, in their Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure services. So I don't. This is. Yeah, look, this money is flowing back and forth between these companies, and I don't really know what to make of it. I've got to feel that it's a little bit of a shell game, but it's all right. Today, IREN is the beneficiary.
All right. Are you watching it, Peter?
No, of all the times it's been here, never traded it, never once.
Yeah. 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 I want to see where it goes. I'll put in a secondary. I don't think I have traded it either. But let's see. Let's see if today means anything. All right, let's continue, guys. Back on this list here, CIFR. CIFR is the next one on here. Then we'll hop around because we do have plenty of tickers on here. And I would do want to have time for quantum. IBM yesterday, so IBM have the recovery. I mean, it's just a lot of great tickers towards the bottom that we want to get to. So CIFR here, we're up 8.8, 1.3 million shares traded. This is CIFR mining again, just kind of in that area as well. And there's some other ones here. I don't like
Well,
this one as much as the other ones. But Peter, what's any
no.
news?
Well, I just mentioned them. They're part of that money shift with IREN.
Yeah.
Jane Street seems to be the company that's behind this investment. So again, it's a shifting of the AI Bitcoin type monies here that Jane Street is providing some common investment to a few of these companies like IREN and CIFR.
All right. So yeah, we'll leave it alone. I don't really like the way this looks right here. I think we'll find something better to trade. Let's continue. You know what? Let's stop here. There's so much to look at. Like I want to look at Oklo. I want to look at some other stuff that's lower in the list here. AMD. I mean, there's plenty. So Peter, let's start with our two stories today: Intel and Ford, and then we'll get to the list. Right? Let's start with Intel.
Okay. The Intel. So Intel had earnings after the close yesterday, and I'm sort of happy to be able to say Intel seems to have had a good quarter and is firing on all cylinders. Intel always has been the laggard of the semiconductor scene. It feels like for a while, but they beat their Q3 numbers quite handily, delivering 13.7 billion in revenue and 4.1 billion in net profit. They raised their guidance for the next quarter and the full year, and they reminded everybody of the fact that it's been a good quarter for investments. They got 2 billion from SoftBank, 5 billion from Nvidia, and 8.9 billion from the U.S. federal government. So interesting, the federal government has given them the most money, but remember, they also got a an equity stake in the company as a result of that. So, but Intel, yeah, did well this quarter, and they're getting a little bit of a boost.
Yeah, they're going here. They look good today. I am definitely going to put them on the list. Pre-market activity looks very, very good. Again, they've just been late to this AI party, right? So I feel the way SoCal Trader feels about this stock. They're just late, man. That's not good. They should have got started earlier, but we'll
Just
see. We'll
late.
see where it goes. Just late. Just late. All right. INTC, we'll add it on here, and then Peter, let's go to the other one, which is going to be Ford.
Yeah, so Ford, well, it's sort of surprising, but not so much. We saw GM earlier this week that had their numbers. Ford followed suit, also beating their earnings numbers on revenue and bottom line earnings. They did, however, lower their full year guidance, so it's not quite as rosy a story. This being said, it's a sort of a one time event. They had a big fire in one of the aluminum plants that they use to produce panels and stuff, parts for their F-150 production line, and that's caused them to have to slow production. So as a result, they have to reduce their full year guidance. So it's very specific to Ford and that one plant incident. As such, it looks like the market's given them almost a pass on that one. Hasn't really punished them too much. The stock is up 3.5%, which is pretty good for Ford, as it doesn't move a lot. This one's just, it's not a good day trading stock. You can even see pre-market how you get the, it trades a lot of volume, but it's a lot of just computers trading with each other. So you get the algorithmic patterns in this stock quite regularly. So I probably won't be watching it, but a good quarter overall for Ford, and they're expecting a good year.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Is there something wrong with the chat on YouTube? I'm seeing these weird. We're getting like not the regular names. Is it just me or is it everyone? Like usually we
I
have
no,
the
I noticed
actual
that
names.
too.
Okay,
When
all right. So there's
when
something
I
wrong on
logged
their
in
end.
and said hi, I have
You're
our
like, well, who
names
are these
changed because I
people?
looked. Well, I looked
Yeah.
and my name had changed. Look, my name's
Where's your
changed
name?
to numbers at the end of it, and I'm like, that's
Oh,
not my normal.
9601. Yeah, I got like, this is
Yeah,
so old.
like where'd that come from?
I got
It's not what my name.
M328.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not what my name
does
shows
anybody know
at
what that
when
is?
I
Let's
look
see if
at.
somebody could pick that up. Let's see if there's some fans of this 328. Let's see if you guys
uh,
could pick it
I
up what
don't know
that
what's
is.
going on.
There'll be someone that knows it, I'm sure, especially with the M328.
Anyways,
All right, but yeah, very, very, very strange this morning. So YouTube's having some issues. Last time
we're
they did this, they did this XP thing, right? They were doing an update, right? They do like this XP thing where people get points for being active. Thank you guys for being active in chat, top fans or whatever. So let's see, maybe they're doing some kind of updates. Is your birthday? No, no, birthday's in May.
we've all been rebranded apparently, and
We've,
whether we knew it or
yeah,
not. See, look, even our team email, like it's
yeah, like
Team Rebel
12.
Traders 1222. Where's all these numbers coming from? Anyways,
Yeah. All right, so they're
yeah.
working on something. All right,
All
friends,
right.
hit that thumbs up
What are
over
we
on
doing on?
YouTube. Really appreciate it. It helps the channel out a ton as we continue checking this gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Peter, so let's go to you now. I mean, we talked about two earnings. We got some top stocks here that are not looking all that great, some low floats. What do you like this morning of the gap up list? It is massive and continues to grow.
Yeah, well, let me just to mention the earnings first. I won't say I like them, but their earnings to let you know about. Procter and Gamble (PG) had earnings this morning, and so did General Dynamics (GD). So PG and GD both had earnings, both beat their numbers. Not a lot to talk about here because they're not great trading stocks, but I'll just wanted to let you know in case they're things you're interested in. On the gap, I noticed that all of the semiconductors are gapping up today. So not only did Intel, report earnings, but it seems like AMD and Nvidia are having, sort of another good morning. Maybe it's just, some enthusiasm on the back of Intel beating. I'm not sure. They did all get a little bit of a pop, more than the market overall at 8:30 when our CPI data came out. So I don't know. Look, whatever boosts it up, I guess I'm happy with. I'd like to keep those in play because I like trading them. AMD continuing, by the way, it's right at all-time high. So it could be a good day up over the highs. I can't believe that we're talking about AMD when Nvidia and Intel and the others aren't at all-time high. That AMD is the one that's leading the charge. So you go
Yeah,
AMD.
very, very interesting.
Anyways,
Um,
uh, so yeah, AMD I'm liking today. We've got some of the other ones that we were watching over the course of the week to have traded well throughout this week. Like Meta and Google, although Google was not so great yesterday, but even Netflix, we've been talking about that's been giving some better trading opportunity. Well, Netflix is a tougher one just because of the price. And it gets lower volume than a lot of the rest, but the trading actually hasn't been that bad on it. So there's a couple to look at. On the other hand, PLTR, I've found more challenging myself. but I can't say that it hasn't moved. It absolutely has. But so you can sort
Yeah.
of pick whatever one you want. Yesterday, the gangbuster of the day yesterday for me was certainly Tesla. Tesla
Mm.
just it took off and made a good like 30 $25 move over the course of the day. So it's gapping down a little bit this morning, but not surprising after that big candle it put in yesterday. So Tesla probably should be on your list if you're looking for movers.
Yeah, I like Tesla. Would definitely have that one on deck this morning. Also, like, man, it rocked yesterday. Gave us a hard time at the beginning, and then it
Hmm.
just took off. So I like all those. A few of those you mentioned, Peter, Tesla and AMD, of course, on the list this morning. Anything else from the gap up before we head on over to the gap down? I feel like there's so much in here.
Um, uh, uh, I mean, in general, I suppose quantum stocks are gapping up this morning. Tougher trades this week. I know people have been watching them. Brian in the chat room has been keeping an eye on QBTS, for example. Was definitely not easy at the open. Anyways, I haven't traded them this week, but QUBT and Rigetti also made some interesting moves, but again, tough to catch. Tougher trades, but they're gapping up.
Yeah, definitely tougher trades. All right, friends, let's see what's gapping down this morning. Brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Let's take a look at DEC, DECK. Too many E's on that. Let's do DECK. There it is. Wow, down 12% this morning, 733,000 shares traded. This is Decker's Outdoors, and again, not doing so good this morning. Volume 734. I don't think we've seen this ticker before, of course, but we never traded it, Peter. At least I haven't. What's the latest and greatest?
I guess they had earnings after the close yesterday. I have to admit, I wasn't really watching them, but their Q2 numbers came out, and they had a good quarter. However, they lowered their guidance, so it looks like they say that they're expecting more impact from tariffs. They Decker Brands, yeah, they were lowering the company guidance for the second half of the year after seeing effect from tariffs on the U.S. consumer. So they said they're taking a more cautious approach, and despite the good numbers, they think there's some tougher times ahead. So the stock price is reacting.
All right, there we go. How about this one here? BAH. Bah. What a ticker name. Booz Allen Hamilton. Bah. All right. So
Mm.
wow, they're down 11%. 203,000 shares trade. So not a whole lot of volume. Um, but yeah, they're down here this morning, Peter. Again, very light daily volume for the most part. The last couple of months, nothing above 4.4, and definitely a lot below 2.1 million. What's the float on this? It's a big float,
Booze,
121 million.
Booze
So
Allen.
yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Is this has to do
See,
anything with like
Booz
liquor,
Allen.
booze? Is the
No,
it doesn't? Okay.
they're a consulting services company. I
Yeah.
unfortunately, so look, I when you have a bad experience, from my point of view, there's a special place in hell reserved for Booz Allen. But
Mm-hmm.
they were a
What do you do?
consulting firm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were hired by our CEO back when I worked for Computer Sciences Corporation to come in and do a workforce analysis of our company and our 180,000
Mm.
employees at the time, or however many it was. And they put together these spreadsheets and recommended cuts. They had no freaking clue what they were talking about.
Mm.
Absolutely none. They just ran this numerical computational analysis that clearly our most senior executives thought was brilliant because they were laying people off on the basis, and they were taking out key people that, like, our client said, fire this person and I will cancel your $100 million contract. Maybe it makes sense then to keep the $80,000 a year employee, but they were just gung ho on making these cuts and anyways. And then they said, "Well, Peter, it's your job. You're the account executive. You convince the client not to
Mm.
cancel their contract." I'm like, "Well, the easy way to do that is not fire the employee that they absolutely love, like who's doing a great job." Like
Who's
it
who's getting
anyways.
the business? Yeah.
Oh my God, it drove me absolutely insane. It anyway. So yes, I'm not. But you know what? all consultancies, unfortunately, are a lot the same, right? They bring in
They're all
really
the
smart
same.
people
Yeah.
who don't understand the business, and it's not the fault of the people on the ground. They're just smart kids who run good spreadsheets and talk a good game. And there's a
Yeah.
great there's a great show with Don Cheadle where he is a consultant. If you ever want to see what it's actually like in the inside, it's much closer than you would think. If you
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen that, House of Lies, yeah, a great show. Because I just happened to have run into that show when I was actually I was a partner at a consultancy, so I'd just gone into that world and realized how much I hated it. But I was watching that, and my wife, anyways, I probably told you guys the story before, but I was telling my wife, this is like so close to what I do. There's just less sex in my actual job. But other than that, it's pretty accurate. So, but anyways, so there's a lot of sex in House of Lies. So if that it gets you excited, then off you go. But anyways, it actually is remarkably like what a consultancy is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, in any event, Booz Allen, they missed their numbers. Enough about that. They missed their numbers, and that's why they're gapping down here today. So I will not shed a single tear for that. Their sales declined, and they've cut their full year guidance.
Yeah. All right. There it is. I see it.
And as is being pointed out in the comments on YouTube, Peter just said less sex, not no sex. So that's a good point. My wife never caught on to that one. So shh.
So weird looking at the chat with all these with all these digits, all these numbers. But I'm surprised they didn't block sex, the word sex. Like yesterday, they kept blocking nipple. Nipple was being blocked for
Yeah.
some reason. No, not Ferrari 328. No, no, no. It's Thomas 987 got it. It was my first car, BMW 328. Beautiful thing. First car I bought when I was
Really?
able to afford.
That's
Yeah,
your
that's
first car?
my first vehicle. I paid my own money. Man, what a car, Peter.
You
Oh,
were
dude.
that's and was it
Yeah.
like it was a used one, right?
No, I bought it leased, man. I bought it new.
Really?
Yeah.
You
And
wow.
yeah, I kept it. And I was like, you know what? I wanted to keep it, but I'm like, the sedans are great. I'm sorry, the coupes are great. But man, when you're
Oh.
hanging out with, this is me back in those days. Um, when you're hanging out with people, they're horrible. And I was hanging out with a lot of people, so I went for something a little bit bigger. But this was fun, man. This was such a fun car to drive, Peter.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness.
Young
Oh,
Carlos.
oh yeah, young Carlos. Young
Look at
Carlos
no,
here.
I gotta see that again.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, yeah, young Carlos.
Oh my God. Look at that dude
Oh,
on his
it's a beautiful
Beamer.
time. Beautiful time. How can you
Oh
not have
my.
a picture in front of your car like this
Oh,
posting, right? It's a
that
must.
is that's a
It's a
GQ
must.
magazine picture right there, buddy. Look at
Oh,
you.
good times, man.
Wow.
Good to times,
You know
good
what?
times.
I don't have any pictures of my first car, but it's okay because it was like a burgundy Toyota Tercel. So I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
I obviously clearly not in your class.
Oh,
I was rocking the Toyota Tercel. So
oh, I had so
yeah,
much fun. Um,
yeah.
All right, friends, let's continue here. So again, not much coming off the gap down list. Next on here is GS G. You're lying. That's my son. No, my son is much younger. GSK. Let's see what's going on there. GSK down 4.2. American Depository. I think we've seen this before. I usually never put it on the list, and I don't think I will today either. It just doesn't look good, man. Doesn't look good at all. So, Peter, any news on this one?
I don't see anything today. There's some news yesterday about the approval of a drug in the US. This is a UK-based drug manufacturer, GSK PLC. But you can see that they had a big update yesterday. They seem to have lost it all here this morning. So I don't know why it's dropping today after what seemed like good news yesterday. So yeah, don't know.
And here, friends, LI. Remember this? Man, we used to trade this a ton. LI is down today, 3.5. Again, not the same ticker that it used to be. But I don't see much happening here. Down to 3.8, 655,000 shares traded, Peter. I'm not sure. I'm not sure like anything on this. But any
A
news?
lot of the EVs have been suffering over the last little while because sales are going down. Rivian actually announced that they are laying off more employees as some of their sales are suffering. Overall, I mean, the EV sales are going up as a percentage of market, but as you would expect, it's become a lot more competitive. Every single car company has an EV nowadays, and they're getting better. So, you don't have as much of a cachet, like Rivian did when they first came out, with a unique look and cars that people are willing to pay a premium for. It's harder to attract, a lot of sales when you're getting much better offerings for an EV. And you know what? I have to admit, I'm a little more sensitized to it since I was driving an EV over the last week. I had to return it yesterday. It's gone. I got my car back, by the way. But you realize you can't tell the difference, right? They're amongst us now. It's just a thing, right? You pick EV or you pick an ICE engine. Either way, you're just driving a car. So
Yeah,
there's not as
yeah,
much cachet, which makes the companies like LI and Rivian and some of the others just a little more difficult when you're going into other markets, right? So in the Chinese market, obviously they've got a stranglehold on these companies, but yeah. So
yeah,
we'll see. You
yeah.
know what, guys, I said it before, Craig, we're going to go EV. I would for a daily driver. It makes a lot of sense. Again, if
Hmm.
you're going for a fun ride, there's not much fun. It's not fun, but it's efficient. It's economical.
Yeah,
There's logic to it. I get it, but it's not in my experience, anyways. The acceleration is fun, but once you've done that a few times, you're like, all right, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's,
anyways.
it's not a Porsche, Peter.
It's
Yeah, we
it's
know.
not.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a Porsche, but it's
Well,
not
it's
a.
not the 911, stick shift. It's a whole different story,
Yeah.
a whole different ballgame. Um, all right, friends.
Yeah.
All right, Peter. As far as gapping down, anything you like on here? I mean, not
You
a
know,
whole lot. Looking great.
Almost everything is gapping up. I mentioned Tesla. It is gapping down. I think it's a good target for today just because it's been moving all week. It's not gapping down by much, but it is marginally red this morning, down 0.4%. But pretty much everything else is green. I said the EVs you already talked about. LI, Neo, it's down. So it looks like they're all sort of down a little bit this morning. But yeah, everything else is on the green side. So I don't have anything else to offer.
Yeah. All right. So for right now, friends, that's what I have: Intel, Tesla, and AMD. I might add some more usual suspect. PLTR has been somewhat in play lately. Today, they're up 1.5. Just got going. Looks like around 8:30. We got something going here, so I might add this one to my list. Actually, you know what? Let me do it now. All right, we got a little bit of time. I guess we got plenty of time. Let's go to you guys. See what you guys like this morning. Let's get some stuff off the list here. We'll start with you. BTIF. So BTIF. No, it's not coming up. What is that? What is BTIF? Did I type it right? Just check the ticker. I'm not getting that. All right. Well, what else, friend? Hood. Hood from our buddy Nicola over in YouTube
Oh, we
chat.
haven't looked at Hood in a while.
Yeah, it is doing
You
something. Up
know, we
3.3. Yeah.
some of the old favorites that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, Hood has fallen off the list. What happened to Beyond Meat?
Beyond Me is back to under $1. Oh no, it said $3.
No, it's $3.
$3.
It's three
Okay.
bucks.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we were looking at these yesterday. Yesterday they still traded something like 800 million shares. What the heck? Look at your daily chart, Carlos. Look at the volume
Yeah.
on the 22nd. Call up the volume. Can you
It's
click on that?
blank.
Yeah. Well, when I click on it, do you get the data screen that pops up if you click on that?
Oh,
Anyways,
how do I
I
click
do.
on it?
Just right click on, left click on it. Just hold it. No, you don't get the pop
No,
up.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not getting
no,
that.
not okay. I get a little pop up that tells me the data for the day. It says the negative on the 20. Sorry, the volume on the 22nd was negative 2 billion shares.
Yeah.
Something happened to their data.
And there's
Anyways,
nothing showing. Like it's blank, and clearly we
yeah.
had
Well, it's because it's negative. It's
tons. We had
It's down
tons of
below the
volume.
bar.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with the DAS data feed. Anyways, Beyond, yeah, it was a flash in the pan, wasn't it? A couple of days of
Yeah.
fun and then
It's so funny when I heard Bloomberg. One of the ladies was talking about BYD is back down again. and one of the comments from the representative was like, "Yeah, this is from, these are potential day traders." Like the way she said it was like we're bad people. Like these are day traders squeezing the price up. I'm like, why you say it like that? Like, you gotta be so rough.
You
Like she
know,
said in a way that was
I
like,
love
these are bad people. These are pirates, taking over the ship. Like what?
I love how but it is interesting. Like the day traders, it's a convenient group to blame because it's amorphous. Like we don't have, we don't have representation. We don't work together really. Occasionally you can, like a good old GME, a GameStop type thing. But it is day traders, but it's people trading within the day, largely on Wall Street. If we all got together and bought all of the volume we possibly could, do you think we're going to be able to rock 2 trillion shares of Beyond Meat? Like, you can blame us all you want, but don't look here.
Yeah.
You just got to look no farther than New York City and Wall Street to find out who's
Oh
trading the
yeah.
volume, right?
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Um. Yeah, 100%. Someone should take this here, because you guys are good at this. Someone should take this and put like Andrew here. Put Andrew. Put Peter here. Young handsome guy there. Put me here. This is
I
me
thought
right
somebody
here.
had done something like that in
Put
the
put me
past.
there, right? And then put Pirates of the Day Trading or Pirates of the Markets. Let's do that. And then we,
That's
we need a
us.
lady. This could be Dr.
Arg.
V. Dr. V could be right here. All right, there we go. Let's get that done. And we'll do something with that. All right. What else, friends? What else? We have Intel on deck. Dell. Let's take a look at Dell. Normally doesn't trade very well, but again, with Intel up, Dell's probably moving secondary because I don't think they have any news. But Dell and Intel, I see them like both like pretty close in competition, I guess. But they're up 3.1, 126,000 shares traded. It's just not a whole lot of volume. I think if you want to trade something like this, look at Intel, and I think it's going to be much, much better. Anything else? Oracle, last one, ORCL. Man, Oracle's, you know what? They tried to hold up to their gap up, which has done a pretty good job. They didn't slam
Yeah.
back down to
I
230. Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed that we're still even talking about Oracle. I was going to
Yeah,
mention it too, that it's still trading
it's here.
decent. I mean, look at the volume. You can see when the volume hit, when it popped up there off of there's great news, and it's held it. I mean,
It's
not
hell.
as much as initially, but it's held a larger average volume than it had previously been trading. So it's still
Yeah.
part of the conversation. It's not a bad, stock to look at and to trade on most days. So, which surprises me. I honestly. I've never seen this in Oracle before. You can just look back in the history. You can see it'll get volume for a day or two, and then it's back being boring. It's maybe it's made it. It's finally made it to the big time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, as far as today, I mean, pre-market looks like it's trying to do something. I think it's worth even a secondary. I don't think we have to completely dismiss it. We'll put in a secondary for now. I do want to have Nvidia in a secondary as well, and I do have AMD on my main list. Nvidia also, I'm going to add to our secondary list right over here, front and center. All right, with that, Peter, let's get over to our community events and announcements. You can always head over to bearwoodtraders.com. Oh, not there, here, and click on webinars. And what that's going to do is going to show you what's happening for the next 2 weeks, right? Everything's scheduled for the next 2 weeks is going to be on here. But today we'll focus on Friday.
Yep. Friday, the only thing we do is with the Peak Capital Bootcamp, those that are looking forward to the next camp have their prep meeting. So Mike hosts that. You will have an invite from him. You already know where to go. It'll be on the Peak Capital trading site. It gives you information you need to get ready for the camp. The more ready you can be, the more effective that camp will be for you. So it starts in, wow, I can't believe it's coming up, but in January of 2026. So it's never too early, right? It's a great time now to start getting ready for that and take advantage. We have no active webinars today on this Friday in Bearable Trading. We don't usually do things on Friday. And if I can, and by the way, if you want to join Bearable Traders, right? Right at the bottom there, you can see, pick whatever option is good for you from the intro to the elite annual, or of course, you can go to our data feed at tradingterminal.com. I'm just going to take one brief moment, guys, to say today is October 24th, and every year on this day, it's a very emotional day for me because my sister would have been 53 years old today. And but she took her own life 31 years ago. And suicide is something that people do in desperation, and usually when they haven't had support that they've needed. And if you or anyone in your life is suffering from depression or any type of mental incapacity, talk to them. First step, talk to them. Second step, get them help. In every city across North America and around the world, there is often distress centers. Avail yourself of them. You can call to understand how to deal with it. I can tell you from personal experience, mental health is something that is important to everybody. And if it affects someone in your life, it affects you. So don't be afraid to get the help you need,
Yeah.
and um, and help those that you see around you that might be struggling. Sometimes they just need a shoulder or a conversation. So take advantage of that. Again, I can tell you how impactful it is. It's affected my life where I volunteer a lot, and a lot of it is
Yeah.
in the spirit of my sister, and if I can help just one person out there, then it's been worthwhile. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Absolutely.
just thought I'd
Absolutely,
mention
Peter.
that every year on her birthday, of course, as you can tell, it's freaking hell,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it now 3 decades later without getting emotional. So,
Yeah.
in any
Yeah.
event,
It's tough.
seek
It's
help.
tough. Yeah. And guys, keep in mind if you're helping someone, get professional help because I have not. I That was something very similar to the person didn't pass away or anything like that, but we're not equipped to help people that are going through that. So don't be afraid to say, hey, you know what? Let's get help, professional help together. You need professional help because it is tough. It is not easy. A lot of us are just not. We're very easy to say, you'll get over it. No, 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 no. Let's dig deep a little bit and find out what's going on. And then don't be afraid to say, you know what? I'm not capable to help you the way a professional could and get professional help. That's important too. So don't downplay something. It could be something more serious than what you think it is, right? For that person at least, right? So just be mindful of that if you are dealing with anything like that. But yeah, Peter, I can imagine it's very rough for you, man. Thanks for sharing that, man. We appreciate you.
And thanks
All right,
everyone out there.
friends.
I appreciate it. But
Yeah, yeah.
pass
All
it
right,
on.
friends.
Pay it forward, everyone.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. All right, friends, our list: Intel, Tesla, AMD, POTR. So we have on deck. I'm going to do some levels for these four. I feel like I don't have a lot compared to how this massive, this gappers list is. So I'm assuming that, not assuming, oh, Hood. We got Hood as well, maybe. We'll be looking on the scanners. I'll be looking at your messages. If you guys see something out there looks great, call it out. But this list is just massive. So I'm going to go with what I have here, and hopefully something good can come out of this one. All right, let's start here with Intel. Intel this morning, we are looking at the high of the pre-market 41.57, right over here, 41.57. Towards the bottom, 40.11, and then right below that on the daily, we do have a level over at 39.67. So highs and lows for the last two trading days, well below that with the previous day close. And I don't think we're all-time highs in Intel. I think they had way better days, and they have. So we're going to go here to 2024, the beginning of 2024. We got a couple of areas towards the top here in case we do get going. Right now, we're kind of selling down from the pre-market high session. So not a whole lot of hope in going higher here, but we do have 42.36. And let's mark down 43.24 in case we do come back up to that pre-market high. But again, right now, giving back some of the gains, at least from the high of the session at the moment. All right, next on deck is Tesla. Man, Tesla gave us such a tough time, and then it takes off and creates this beautiful, beautiful day. But the beginning, the morning, was very, very, very difficult. It took a lot of shots to get into this trade and be able to be part of the action. So finally broke out here this morning. Pretty quiet, only 2.2 million shares traded, so not really a whole lot to go off. Low of the pre-market is going to be 444.88, so 444.88. The high is 449.50, which is pretty much, if I zoom in a little bit, too zoomed out here, it's pretty much here. Previous day close from yesterday, highs from a couple of days ago as well. So that's pretty much marked down for you. You don't need to add anything more. Above that, we do have a 452.57. And then slightly above that, it's the next level over at 459.13. So again, big day for them. Basically going their entire range. I mean, they've been stuck. Me and Peter have been talking about this. They've been stuck in this daily range, right? And this is kind of like the two places where they hit the most, which is right over here around 420, if I can see 426, right? and up here around 445. They've been just back and forth, a couple of times going above, but then right back below it, and going below, and then right back above it, and just kind of sticking within this area. Yesterday they just went that full range, right? So that's pretty nice. Let's see if they have the juice to break out of this level here. That would be the top of this range that they're kind of stuck in. So I like Tesla. I don't like the volume as much, but I think it'll be a good one to keep an eye on today. AMD gapped up a few weeks ago and continues to just hold those gains, which is really nice. High of the pre-market for AMD is 244.50. Is this our all-time highs now this morning? I believe it is, unless we have something pre-market. Yes, unless we have something pre-market on one of these other days here. I believe 244.50 will be our all-time high. So right on here, looking pretty nice this morning. And then towards the bottom, we do have 238.10. So we'll slam that there. And then below that, guys, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days on AMD. So AMD's looking good, looking good. And then PLTR is the last one on here. PLTR this morning also, again, been very choppy. I have not traded it much, right, since we've been just kind of stuck in this chop here. But today they're up 1.6. Looks more like a secondary. I'm just hoping that we can get some good volume and maybe break out towards some of the recent highs here over at 187.17, which I'm going to put a level there. And then another area at 180. This is a minor level, 185. You got a couple of days opening and closing around that area, especially here. So I'm going to mark that there in case that means something for PLTR this morning. Towards the bottom, I'm not going to add anything because there's a ton of stuff down here. You have levels on, right? Previous day close. That's all set for you. But yeah, PLTR, again, although it's been stuck in a range, it can move. This is 175, this is 180. That's a $5 move, right? Almost a $10 move, right? So although it's stuck in a range and not breaking out nicely like an AMD or some other ones, it can move pretty well if you can get an opportunity from the lows to highs here. All right, excellent. Friends, that is our list. Peter, what is our team watching this morning as we get ready for this market open?
Okay, well, we'll start with our live traders. Brian is going to be watching Tesla, AMD, QBTS, NVIDIA, and PLTR. And he sent me some hugs. Very kind. Andrew's going to be watching Oklo, QBTS, AMD, Beyond Meat, Tesla, and NVIDIA. Mike is going to be watching Tesla and AMD and keeping an eye on the scanners. I've got the usuals on my list with adding Intel and Oklo today. I've got one SPAC and maybe an IPO. I've got this weird IPO that's been like every day they just move it by a day, and I don't think it's ever going to open, but we'll see. I'll let you know if and when it does. Thor is going to be watching. Whoa, he's trading with P Capital as usual, and he's just watching some of the futures. It looks like so. That's where he's focused. The rest of our moderators slow today to get their lists in, so we'll see what they're focused on. I know it's a Friday. I know a couple of our people are traveling. I think I saw a post from Megan that she's in Vegas going
Yeah.
partying.
All right,
And,
Megan.
yeah. Well,
Nice.
she's back. Wasn't she just there? Anyways, whatever, Hey, live the life, man. Go party.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Um,
I,
so,
I see both you and
although
Andrew have Oklo on the list. So I'm gonna
I
add that
do,
too. Yeah, I'm gonna add
I
that to my
do.
list.
It's been moving well this week, and I feel that there might be some opportunity there. I don't know, like there's nothing. It's not doing anything particularly special this morning, but I feel like I missed out every time I don't watch it. So
I
that's why
know,
I
man.
put
This
it on
thing
the
can
list.
move. This thing can move.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Once Andrew and Brian hop on in here, we'll let you guys trade live with those fine gentlemen, and we will continue here on our YouTube chat. So, trade good. It is Friday, so you know what that means. You got to trade well today. Be patient. Be disciplined. Right? Don't try to be a hero. The worst thing is you wake up tomorrow morning, you want to have your breakfast and just hang out and start your weekend, and you're thinking about the undisciplined trades you had on Friday. Fridays are
Hmm.
special in that way. You want to trade well. You want to be process driven and go into the weekend feeling good that, hey, you did the right thing. Win or lose, you did the right thing, right? It's important because you got 2 days to think about nonsense if you traded well, and it's just not fun. So be process driven today. All right. With that, we'll let you guys in chat do your thing, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.
All right. All right. Keep the fun going here with all of our numbered names.
it's so weird the chat. I'm like, well, what? Who are these people? I don't know nobody here. I know Ben. I know Melanie. Melanie has 98, 93. What is that? I wonder what these codes are. 98, 93 for Melanie
I
there.
don't know. Where do these numbers all come from?
Yeah.
What's going on? They did this before. Didn't the numbers appear and then they disappeared again? And I
They
don't know.
yeah when they were doing an update, they were doing an update to something, and this happened. So I wonder what update they're working on now that is creating
But
this
not
situation.
everybody has them, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, Pig Wrestler, you know what
Anyway.
it is, if you do your name and your name is taken, then they'll throw some numbers. You gotta add numbers, right? Like Jillian Flo didn't have numbers, so that's what it is. Chris, yeah, Chris MC, we know who you are. 3744. Uh, we know who you are. Where's Rhino? Is Rhinos on here? Rhinos used to have a different name. It was tough before, and I always we had a lot of history on his previous name. But yeah. All right, friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton as we end this week of trading. Where are we with the likes today? Let's refresh. There it is. Rhino, tough, Aldrian. There you go.
Oh,
It's 230. That's pretty. It's okay for Friday. Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
all right. I'm going to take the opportunity, Carlos, to get myself ready for the market. I'll be right back
Yep, go
in a
for it.
moment.
Yes, yes. Very good. My tin foil hat is not big enough, or we can't all fit under it all. Oh, it is big enough. Okay, a tinfoil hat is big enough. We can all fit under it. I like that. I gotta get a tinfoil hat. This is funny. All right, what do we have here? All right, friends. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, looking to see what's going on as we get ready for the market open. And all right, I'm all set, friends. I get a 1 minute up here, 1 minute, get a 5 minute at the bottom, and we're ready to go. All right, see Brian is on deck. Good man, Brian. I'm gonna put this all on here.
So completely random
Intel.
news, Carlos.
Yeah, go for it.
I think I mentioned my dishwasher died this week, so it
Yes.
was been making like weird noises and doing stuff, and finally
Mm-hmm.
it's dead. And
Yeah.
we debated, do we fix it? Do we call someone in to repair it? And we're like, you know what? It's 25 years old. It's probably time to we'll just get a new one, right? Because the cost of repair probably doesn't make it worth it now. It's a dishwasher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so not a Porsche, but a Bosch, sort of spelt the same
Bots are
way.
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but we bought it, when back in my executive days. So it was like super high. Like you could stand right beside this one and not hear it when it was running. And my wife's
Yeah.
like, "Well, look, there's all these new ones you can buy. Like for $800, you can get a dishwasher." So I just told her, "Look, I'm gonna buy the dishwasher. Are you okay with that?" She said, "Yeah, yeah, whatever." So of course, she looks at the price and she's like, "You spent $1,800 on a dishwasher?" I'm like, "There is no way." I said, "You know what? It's worth the extra money. There's no way you want me spending the next 20 years every
Yeah.
time the dishwasher's on going, man, I wish we got a quieter model. Man, it's so loud. I can't hear you. What? I
Yeah.
said, it will drive you crazy. It'll drive me crazy. I'm spending the money. And she's like, fine, whatever. So I got like, one of the quietest ones I could find. And I'm just like, screw it. I'm paying the money because
Yeah.
especially being that we had a really good one.
Yeah. So we set hours. We turn it on every night. I mean, with the kids and all the stuff we got going on, we do dishes every night, and it's full, Peter. It's like full, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Um, and well, you had the kids, and
Yep.
we turn. It's loud. Mine is. You don't realize how loud it is until you actually turn it on and you're trying to have a conversation. So we always set it, start at the end of the day, right? Which comes in handy too because then if you have a late snack, it hasn't ran the cycle yet. You're like, oh, throws on here, and then it starts like around midnight, right? Midnight starts and does its thing at night, and ready in the morning. So, but yeah, it's if you're turning on during the day and it's loud, it's a pain in the butt.
No way.
Yeah,
I would not go back to a loud one. Now that I've had a quiet one, Carlos, and
yeah,
you can turn it on. I can turn it on in the middle of a dinner party and it doesn't matter, right? It just
that's
you don't even
awesome.
hear it.
Yeah,
Nothing. Yeah, it's anyways. And that's one that's a quarter century old. So the new one I'm expecting to be just as good, if not better. I
yeah,
have no idea what the old one was rated at, but I know we spent a lot of money on our appliances when we built the house. So
yeah. I spent a lot on the washers of the dryer, and as a boss, I had this boss in my apartment. I had the top down ones, the little ones that go on top of each other. I forgot their name. There's a name for them.
oh yeah.
And those were boss, and those were
The
really
apartment
nice. Yeah, the
apartment
apartment. Yeah,
stacked.
the stacked one, whatever stackables. Um,
Yeah.
those are really nice. All right,
All
friends.
right,
30
guys.
seconds to the market
Yeah.
open. Let's see what we got going
I'm
here.
watching a few things. I don't know. I don't really have any good targets for, targeted moves at the open today,
Yep.
like I did yesterday. But we'll have to see what we get here.
We have all our robot friends with their serial numbers, names here. Ready to go. Love it. All right, let's see here.
All right. Opening bell. What
uh,
what are we gonna get today? I keep forgetting. I gotta open my Atlas.
yes. Oh, I gotta open my my funded account. My
Uh,
funded account.
mm,
Yes,
Dang,
Atlas and
Carlos is
funded
still
account.
playing around.
Yeah, yeah. I lost yesterday. I lost like almost $800. Um, so gotta be cool here. All right, let's see here. All right, funded account is set. See where it is. Got AMD. Oh, bum, bum. And Oklo. Get Tesla. Tesla putting some weird action on Tesla. Wow. I like what I'm seeing
Yeah,
here. This
Tesla.
is this
Tesla
is
was way up, and
yeah, it's interesting.
that's no.
What is Tesla up to
I
here?
I thought I'd try these momentum trades at the open that all the kids are
Mm-hmm.
talking about. I
Oh, the
jumped into
kids.
Nvidia. Oh yeah, Andrew. Andrew's always in these momentum trades, and I'm never playing it. So I try Nvidia here, and of course where's the pop on Nvidia, and I just got stopped out at break even. So
Right,
so there you
right,
go.
right, right.
I just it never works for me. Never works. Every time I try,
This is why
never
I got the
ever
3 minute
ever.
rule, Peter, because it doesn't work for me either. That's why I put the 3 minute rule in place. I'm like, if I trade before 3 minutes, I most likely am going to lose money. Except on the 1 minute engulfing pattern, that's the only thing I trade before that. But
Apparently,
you've done well. I see
apparently I
you
just
take shorts.
I
Uh,
just I don't know. But yeah, but I need a specific setup. So here
right.
now it's
Well.
popping a little bit,
Okay.
but I'm out of Nvidia. So
Okay.
anyways, I just
I,
can't.
I think you
I'm not
answered your
good
own
at it.
question, Peter. You need a specific setup. I think you just gotta wait for that
Yeah.
specific setup.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Like I
all
don't
right.
know how Andrew sees the momentum before it starts. He's very good at it. I
Very good
don't
at
I
it.
don't know how he does
Yeah.
that.
Nvidia's working now. You want to go long Nvidia? Is that what it is? Nvidia's trying to
Well,
get
again,
going.
I was. Maybe I should have just more patience. See, Andrew gets in. He's like I was in at a much better price than him. and, and yet
Yeah. Yeah.
he's not afraid. He just, we'll sit in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's also long AMD, it looks like.
He
So
is. Yes, I like Nvidia a little bit better, man. So I'm with you there. Nvidia is looking nice. I'm also looking at Tesla. Friends, if you want to see Andrew and Brian trade live, you can head over to bearwithtraders.com. We got a discount for you, $19 gets you in for the week. There's Nvidia go. There's AMD
Yeah.
go. They're both
Ugh.
going.
And I was
Um,
in, and I was
yeah.
out. Oh my
It's
goodness.
tough. It's tough. Before that 5 minute, remember, and we're going from a man who did not trade
Man, I
5 minutes before the
suck at
market
this.
open. You remember that?
I
Andrew
know.
did not
Yep.
trade 5 minutes before the market open. He's gotten better at these price action
Oh yeah, no
things.
kidding.
All right, let's see here. Dum, dum,
Oh
dum.
well. I'm gonna figure this out, damn it, if it kills me.
Oklo. Let's see what Oklo's trying to do. I'm looking at Tesla's dropping. 4 minute mark, friends. So now I'm looking for a 5 minute ORB. That's what I'm looking for now. 5 minute ORB setup. I want to see a good
Clearly,
uh,
clearly I'm doing it
Tesla.
wrong.
Okay. Uh,
Oh, look at
Tesla.
that. Now Carlos, it's the worst. It's always the worst when you're in a trade and
Uh
then
huh.
and you just take your own self out and you're like, oh, look, now it's
Yeah.
doing exactly what I was looking for. Why
Exactly what
didn't
you
I
wanted.
just stay in, give
Mm-hmm.
it an extra few cents? I
Yeah.
don't have the patience for that.
Yeah.
I don't. Anyways, I'll work. I'll keep working on it.
Yeah.
At least I tried.
Yes. Yeah.
Stuck to the rules I set myself. I think I have the wrong rules for the open, but I
I'm
stuck to them.
liking I'm liking Tesla short here. I'm gonna take that in my funded account. Did I get filled? Oh. Oh, I messed up. Okay. Let me get out of that right away. I messed up on the funded account, so we'll get out. And then let's see if we can do this right. So, all right. All right, let's see. If I see weakness on Tesla, I'm going to go short for the 5 minute RB breakdown. So the 5 minute looks good. I love this candle. Look at the selling pressure. If we see weakness here, I want to go short on Tesla. So let's see. I'm already short on now my funded account, but I want to get an actual nice setup here for the live account.
The
So
orders are stacked to the downside on on Tesla, sorry,
yeah, I want to see a
but
good.
they're not. They're a little
Hmm.
far away from the price action, so
Yeah,
it's tough. You'd have to have a big range stop, I think, on it.
yeah. Let's see. Here's the weakness. So here's the. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go short now. 5 minute breakdown. I'm trying to get a 443 at least. Let's see if we can get the 5 minute ORB here going. Um.
You're not alone in this. Sounds like Brian is trading it with you.
Oh, good. The Brian indicator is on. Very nice. Um. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. If we can. Tesla
Wow.
gave us such a hard time
Yeah.
yesterday selling off. Hopefully today's not the same. We need a
No
nice quick
kidding. I
sell
had a
off.
tough time with Tesla yesterday.
It's brutal. So see if we can get this done quickly. Just get the drop going. Uh, um, let's see. Funded account is in play as well. Let's get the drop. Let's get the drop on Tesla.
Darn it. Darn it.
Mm-hmm. What happened? What are you looking at? I mean,
I'm still looking
AMD
at Nvidia.
and
Just
Nvidia.
staring at Nvidia, and
Yeah,
because that's the one that why
yeah,
did
yeah,
I take
yeah.
myself out? Just let it run.
Let it
Like a
play out.
couple of, like a couple of bucks in the red matter. You know, it's easy to say in hindsight, and I seem to say this
Uh,
every day. I really
that's
struggle because this is so different from the style of trading I've trained myself to do that
yeah.
it's hard to switch gears, I'm finding. It's interesting
Mm.
how your mind gets stuck in ruts.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
Nvidia is pushing higher here. Good day so far on it.
Oculus messy. All right. Tesla's not doing what I want. Not selling off here. See if we stay up below the view app. All right. Come on, baby. So down. What is POTR up to? POTR, good. AMD, great. Tesla, garbage right now. Intel, really garbage. Look at Intel. Intel's just
Yeah.
basura at the moment.
And interesting, Intel had the one was the one with the earnings,
Yeah. All right,
and
here it is.
it doesn't seem to be getting the advantage.
All right, Tesla. Don't play us like you did yesterday. Oh man, it's doing this. It's doing this. I'm having I'm having negative flashback of yesterday's action on Tesla. Same exact thing. It just wouldn't give you the continuation, man. Like just sell down.
Mm.
It's frustrating because you could be so good to us here and you're refusing to treat us well.
Mm. Nvidia.
Uh, there it is. Just sell. Sell. Go mad on Tesla. Sure, it wasn't 443, but got scared out earlier and then I wanted. Okay. All right, but yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I get it. Well, you must have gotten out like a four, maybe 444. You probably had a better entry than I did then. Yeah, see, there's this buying price that keeps coming in.
Yeah, somebody keeps buying. It's funny because it's
Yeah,
not there's no stacked orders here, so somebody's not showing their hand, but
yeah, and we might get the drop now. Here we
443.
go. Okay, here we go. Here,
Yeah, they
finally,
just
here it
took out the
is.
443
All right.
orders. So there you go.
I'm also partialing on our funded account. Very nice. Oh, our funded account has a much better entry, by the way. So I'm gonna partial again on the funded account. Here it is. Beautiful, friends. Okay, finally, Tesla. Uh, all right, very nice. Another partial on Tesla here, friends. Let's see if we can just get the momentum. I'm gonna be a little bit aggressive with the first couple of partials here because it saw what happened yesterday, right? It dropped, but then it came back up so quickly. Um, so two partials there just in case, and break even when we're not playing with this thing. This thing comes back up, break even, we're out. Even before that, I think I'm gonna move my stop to like 444, right? 444. We're just gonna be out of it. All right, we're partialing some more on our guys. You could trade your funded account. Here's my funded account. We're doing really good. We're up 5,500. We're up pretty nice on this trade as well. I took a short here on the funded account. I made a mistake. You got to make sure you select the right side. I selected this one when I wanted to go short on Tesla, and I got long by mistake. I got out right away. So just make sure you
Well, now
select. See the yeah.
if you don't have to have two charts there, you can reduce it down to just one if you want, or you can add more.
Oh yeah,
So
you can have more. Yeah, I had it here because I wanted to look at other things to see, but
okay,
I gotta remember like the blue. See the little blue thing? Gotta make sure
yeah.
the right ticker is showing here of the one you want to trade, right? So that's important. Um, but I realized it quickly and got out right away. So because that would have sucked. Look at the way Oklo is trading here. I would have lost on that. All right, Tesla, we're gonna drop lower. Come on, drop 441.
Oh, I still have regret. Regret.
Regrets on AMD. No,
On
Nvidia's the
Nvidia.
one you wanted. Yeah.
Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia is the one I was looking at. Oh, I mean, AMD also made very similar move. So, but
Yeah.
it started a little rougher. Nvidia looked better in the opening minute or two, at least to
Oh,
my eye. So,
that's a beautiful
and
5 minute ORB, man, on Nvidia too, right here. That is
I
nice.
know. I just had no patience. So
Yeah.
regretty,
Um,
exactly. I'm all full
regretty.
of regretty.
All right. So I'm looking at Nvidia here, friends. I might take another partial.
You mean AMD, Tesla?
I'm sorry, Tesla. Yeah, yep, Tesla. I'm thinking about Nvidia,
Yeah.
but I'm looking at Tesla. Yeah, sorry, Tesla. Uh, there it is. The issue with the sell down again. Okay, come on, nice. Come on, just grab onto that 9 moving average and let's drop 441. Let's play nice, man. Let's go to Atlas. See what Atlas is doing here for us. Nvidia. Here we go. Ooh, it's a lot of orders to the top side, man. It's a lot. Oh no, sorry. No. That's for Nvidia. But Tesla is, I can't tell, man. It's shaky. It's not. There's no definite here. Okay, I'm just looking at my account here. I am going to get out 440. We're just right at 444. So we're just right on there. I have no idea what it wants to do, but I'm seeing similar situation like yesterday, right, where it's a struggle. Rigetti, I'll take a look at it now. Um, Rigetti spaghetti. Uh, yeah, I'll get on Tesla there for just right below my entry. I just don't like it. Um, and then here I have a much better entry in this one, so we'll hold on for a little bit more. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's look for what else we have. So that is Tesla. Um, so nice two partials there. PLTR, Oklo. Oklo was chop. AMD is gone. Peterson video was amazing. Oracle. I don't know what Oracle is trying to do. Why did we put Oracle here? Apple or Rigetti. I want to look at Rigetti. You guys did mention that. Rigetti. What do you like on Rigetti? Rigetti, the bounce or the drop? And what are we looking at here? Rigetti's at VWAP. I see that. Right, so it came here. It's trying to consolidate now, but I don't see anything big at the moment. Oh, you Tesla, you. Do we get back in? No, we don't get back in on Tesla. No, we don't do that.
Oh, you got out? Oh, I see, because it
I
hit
got
your
out.
break even.
Yeah, I got out.
I
It did
understand. I
it
do
didn't
that.
hit it. It was like right there. I got out because I thought it was gonna shoot up. I thought it was gonna like okay, this thing could shoot up, but it is what it is. We took two parcels, but this thing um looks like it wants to head lower. Entries everything, right? Look, I had a great entry, I had a better entry here than I did in my actual account. And you could survive that pullback. Took a couple of partials. We're down some more. I'm gonna take more partials here on my funded account. Let's take 25% off. What? No position selected. Oh yeah. See, that almost did it again. Tesla, 25% off, partial. And we'll get out some more there. And let's see what else we have. So Rigetti's doing some stuff now. Let's take a look at what else we got. Oh, Tesla might go lower. Tesla might go lower. Um, all right. What do you guys like this morning? IBM, it's not the best trader, but yesterday, they were they were hot yesterday, man. This is look at the pre-market, just nothing in the pre-market. Where's yesterday's action? But yesterday, they had this big drop and they just recover. Another great example, friends, right? For those that are new or maybe haven't seen enough price action yet. Another great example. Look at the gap down yesterday on an IBM and just look at the recovery. All day was a long, right? So you can't take your bias into trading because you just don't know. The entire day long. And you can see here on the daily, look at that massive green candle. So you know, you just never know. Just because it's gapping down doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a short, a continuation of a short, right? So, da, 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 uh, PLTR breakout, pre-market high breakout is doing like some ugly, very ugly ABCD pattern or whatever you want to call it. Bull flag consolidation. I'm more like ABCD pattern A, your C consolidation, maybe D breakout here. Possible higher day, but that's not one of my strategies. You Tesla, you piece of useless battery.
Well, yeah, Carl, hey, it happens.
At least I'm making funded account money.
Yeah.
I mean, we're happy. We're green on the trade. We took a partial. We got what we wanted. But this could have been like the trade that gets you to, to buy a $1,800 dishwasher. You know what I'm saying, Peter? Like, it's it's that type
There
of
you
money,
go.
man.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Greetings from Napolis, Italy. Where's that in Italy? South, north, by the water. Italy's got a shore, right? They got they got like a bay or so. Is that a beach or is it got like a
They got lots of
right?
shores. I mean, they're surrounded
Right?
by water.
Right? Oh, it's right. I'm thinking of Sandro Pay, which has got that cave. What's that cave there? Like that nice area where everybody goes. South of France, maybe that's what I'm thinking about. I gotta look at the map. Nápoles. Nápoles, acento en la A. Okay. Coach Umberto. Umberto. Naples is south of Italy. Very nice. Ooh, got filled. Very nice. Europe is just like this massive thing to me. Like, it's just, yeah, that's Europe. It's just massive. Like, all like Europe is just massive. So I haven't really looked up, pay attention to the map. Sí, yo hablo español, amigo. I do. Yeah, I wasn't born here. I was born in Dominican Republic. So I speak Spanish. You didn't think I speak Spanish? Oh, no, yeah, I speak. My
Oh
parents,
no.
yeah, they talk Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I know you probably thought I was Muslim or something. Like they think in 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven, they always talk to me in Arabic. I'm like, Especially when I wear the hat, I really look Muslim, and they think I'm Muslim. Like, you're not Muslim? Like, no, man, I'm Dominican. It's like, oh my God, the beard. You look, you're Dominican. Like, they're my peoples. I'm like, no, man, I'm not your peoples, but I could be your brother. Could be your brother. I'm still cool, but I'm not from there. It happens all the time. Ubers, oh my God, if I take an Uber and it's like, oh, assalamu alaikum, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what you're saying. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, yeah. I love I do love the language. I really do. I want to learn it. I got to spend more time. I definitely want to learn. I think it's fun. So then I can respond back, and they'll have we'll have a conversation. And then I can tell them in their language. No, I'm not Arabic or Muslim. I'm Dominican. See how that goes. All right, friends, we are. Oh. Mm, mm. Who's in Tesla short still? Because you got a great entry, better than mine, right? And you're still in short. Like, yeah, we have a green trade. I'm happy. I'm not being greedy. I'm happy with my trade, 100%. But look at it now. Look at it now. It's trading so much better than yesterday. So, how many of you guys are still in it? Please
Yeah.
tell me a few. Um, I'm gonna take another partial here. We're almost back above 6K in our account here as profit. So I'm gonna take another partial. Actually, let me put an order. It's better. Let me put a limit order. So if you want to put a limit order,
Oh,
go to limit.
Carlos.
I don't even. I know.
I'm just still sitting here watching Nvidia going,
Yeah.
and look, here's, look, how many times have you guys seen this? I know I'm sharing the screen
Show
there,
me.
Carlos, but look, just look at how
Uh,
gross that is.
Hold on.
Like,
Let me make
I
it
was
bigger
in,
for me.
look at the great entry. I mean, just give it a few cents. Like,
Wow.
stop. But I had again, I got to reset my rules, right? Because I had a rule when it went over the pre-market range, which it did. I then
Uh
moved my
huh.
stop to break even, right? So it went over here, and because you could see it went higher, and then it dropped all the way back down, and then of course it took off. I mean, look at that great entry. Yeah, I just a little more patience. I this is what I've got to do differently
Yeah,
at
you
the
gotta
open.
give that
But
more
you've got
room. Yeah.
the ranges are so much bigger. It's hard. It's hard for me to get my head around it.
Yeah, you gotta
So,
give that a little more room. I agree, man. That's
anyways,
it is what
because
it
yeah,
is. It
look at
is what
that
it
great
is. Yeah.
move.
That's
Look at that great move.
yeah.
Anyways, oh well. Deep sigh. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh well. I mean,
All right, so a lot of you guys in on Tesla short, well, except for Beth. Beth, you didn't take Tesla short today. Um, and AMD is going for another high. Is that a 920? Where's Andrew? Where's Andrew's? Did Andrew and Brian
oh,
take
he's
this?
he's trading that. He just
So,
it isn't really a 920 because it moved up so aggressively. The moving
mm,
averages haven't caught up yet. But I guess it is sort of.
it's so dark in Vancouver.
Let's see.
Why is it
What does
so
a 2 minute
dark?
chart look like? Sort of.
Uh, let's see. Um, wow. AMD. So here's Andrew's AMD trade. He added. Beautiful. Add. Partial, partial, add. I mean, that's just great execution.
Wow. Andrew. Oh well. With which
Uh,
screen? Oh, you're still on my screen? Sorry, guys. I just
yeah. Nope. It's all good. I think we showed me like a 2 minute chart, right? Um, but here's Andrew's screen in chat. Friends, this is what our chat looks like. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you do so. $19, cost of 2 Starbucks coffee gets you in for a week. So trust me, you're gonna get more value, and it's a lot healthier for you than the 2 cups of coffee from Starbucks. So get
Wow.
in there and
Wow.
check it out.
OKLO is so choppy today.
Yeah, yep, yep. All right, did we get filled on my Tesla trade?
It's uh
Uh, bum,
it's
bum,
not moving
bum.
fast, is it? Compared to how Tesla often moves, it is pretty slow today.
Yeah, but it's moving, Peter. Yesterday we were
Yeah,
trading it. It was like so bad.
I know.
Today is
Oh yeah,
actually much better.
yeah.
I wanna I wanna crack 6K again. Hopefully we could drop lower here. 440. Oh, here it is. Tesla's coming back lower, guys. We'll take out some more. 440 if we can. It'll be awesome. Let's put our order there just in case on the funded account. And let's do 439 in case we get like a drop. Will be awesome as well. So let's put another 15 shares or so, or 22 shares maybe. There it is. All right, so we got our orders in. 440, 439. Let's see if we get the drop and get filled here and get above our oh, there it is. Oh my god. This is painful, man. This is this is this sucks. I'm out of this trade. Apple, let's take a look. You guys are mentioning Apple. Actually, we could look at it right here. Type in our ticker, see what we got. Apple. What are we up to? Uh, so yeah, Google all-time highs. Yeah, they have a big $1 billion deal with I forget the name of the company. It's a weird company name, but they got like $1 billion deal for cloud services and stuff. Not no no actually don't quote me. It's not cloud, but it's something these companies going to use Google services. I think it's cloud, and it's like a big deal. So I am looking at Apple. It's trying to yeah, Apple could be interesting, guys. Actually, it could be very interesting. This could be our first VWAP breakout play, friends. So Apple coming up to the VWAP now. Let's see if we can get our move here. Our strategy is, as you guys know, reminder for the new people, breakout, pullback, and then on the confirmation candle, that's usually where I'm looking to go long. So right, we don't have that yet. This is failing actually. This is so far has failed a couple of times to get above the VWAP. So if that continues, we'll just sit tight and keep watching it for now. So yeah, we got Apple on deck. And let's see if that can get going. But yes, that's a pretty decent sized rejection there. Hood. Let's take a look at Hood. What we have here. Uh, it's just trending higher, right? I don't have a play here for Hood, so I don't have a strategy. But yeah, Hood is trending higher. It was very nice today. Um, NTC. Yeah, NTC held on to the 9. Possible reversal, but nothing yet that I like. AMD is strong. Yeah, man, AMD is just beautiful. It really is. Peter. AMD is starting to trade a lot better these days. I mean, for the last couple of days now, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's really trading well. Yeah. What
Absolutely.
is Apple at VWAP? Yes, PJ 2748. Yes, Apple is at VWAP. So we like about it at the moment. I'll bring it up here. Is if we can get our break. All right, so I like this. I like this drop here. I like the momentum up towards the VWAP. So if we can get our breakout, retest, pull back, and then confirmation candle, our entry signal. If we can get that set up, we can go long. Some people like to go long at the break. Like Andrew does this a lot. He'll go in and anticipating the break, like right here. You usually get a great entry when you do that. I like to wait for the retest, right? So different types, ways of trading it. So here, a lot of people like to go long right here. So the pros of that is if it works, you got a great entry. You're pretty much partialing 260, 80, 261, right? You got a great entry, and if it keeps going, great. The con to it is that it can still reject here and use the VWAP as rejection and come back down, right? So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the cons and the pros to each strategy. If it goes, the pro of the breakout and the retest is you got a little more confirmations. You'll get stopped out less. Um, that's the pro. The con to it is that if it doesn't pull back, it's gone and you missed it. So you gotta weigh out which one works best for you and what you're more comfortable with doing. But no right or wrong. It's just what works for you. Well, whose wife died? Um, Jose Villa? No, nobody's wife died. Um, no, no, nobody. I have not seen that comment. Is Google a good short setup? Um, let's take a look. Ain't it strong right now? Google. Oh no, 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 no. This is not a good short. No, no, man. This is strong. I would not get in front of that train. Me personally, not financial advice, but that is a strong stock. Now, you are going to get a pullback eventually here, right? You are going to get some kind of pullback like you did here. Every time you get a couple of green candles, there is a pullback coming. It's just all about timing. And maybe you can take a short there, depending where your target is. But you got to have a plan. What's your strategy here, right? If you want to go short, it can't just be, it has to go down now. That's usually not a good strategy. And the market will show you that, right? Because it can keep going. Um, what I like on stocks like this is the Peter's strategy, Mountain Pass. Mountain Pass is very specific, very detailed, and usually you can find a good strategy on something that's extended like this. So you got to have a strategy.
You got to have a strategy. And as much,
Yep.
and I'm still refining my strategy at the open, right? Which is why we're seeing, you guys get to live through my frustration is,
Yep.
you know, I'm at least trying to take trades, but I'm not very good at it because again, it's a very different strategy and style than what I've developed for myself over the last few years. So, I'll get there. It's just
Yep.
frustrating. The process is always frustrating. And it doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, building a new strategy can be difficult. So,
Uh, oh, well, I think why he was talking about. So yeah, this is very confusing because you put Go. This is Google, right? So you said, but Carlos, isn't a Google a short setup? But you meant Apple. You meant good, like a good setup for Apple for sure. Okay, well, we'll give you explanation for Google anyway, so it still applies. But for Apple, you don't know. You don't know for Apple right now. It could be short or long. Like there's if it rejects VWAP, yes, it could be a great short, but you don't know that yet. This is what kind of we're waiting, right? We're waiting for our setup. Um, but yes, you're absolutely right. If it rejects VWAP, yeah, it could be a short towards the previous day close or the low of the day. I don't like this risk to reward as much. But yeah, it could be a great. If it doesn't break this, it could be an amazing short. Um, but that's not one of the strategies I trade, so I'm gonna stay away from that one. AMD, Tesla might be done. I'm gonna get out of Tesla on my funded account here, so I'm gonna bail. So let's just close everything on. Oh man, we 5,978. So we couldn't get above 6,000. That's okay. Um, we did pretty good today, and Tesla might Tesla might be a good long. Tesla might be a good long.
all right, I'm looking for the next trade setup here. We're getting closer to
Yeah.
the time when, I'm able to get my core trades. So,
I haven't taken one of these trades in a very long time, but I am gonna go long on a Tesla. Gonna go half size because this is not my trade, and if it pulls back, I'm gonna add. I want to play it off this level, this 449. See if we get above the VF. So I'm long Tesla, friends. Half size because I do plan to add if it does come back down and retest this level. So hopefully it doesn't go because I really want to add because I don't have enough to make it worth my while right now. So hopefully it pulls back and we can add. Um, let's see if we can. go back to 440. I would love that. 440.79, and then we'll add. I think it might be one to go up here.
Mm.
But again, half size because this is not a trade that I normally take, and I don't wanna give back what we made already today on a Friday. Or at least I don't want to give a lot back because when you trade, every time you put on a trade, you can know every time you put on a trade, you know you can give some back, right? It's not guaranteed it's
Yeah, I
gonna
was gonna
work.
say
So yeah, hold on a second.
we never want to give anything back,
Eh,
but
so want to manage the risk is better said. Oh,
yeah.
let's see. And we're still looking at Apple for a possible breakout, but the problem now is this is not ideal for me. I don't like when it does this, and then it's just not a big fan of that. It can still break out, and it looks very bullish. How it's just kind of squeezing into a point here, higher lows, and just trying to break that VWAP. That could be explosive. All right, so long Tesla. On a reversal. I can't remember what's the last time I traded a reversal.
Mm.
Let's see if I can add. Is IBM a good short setup? IBM probably has no volume now, right? What is it doing? Oh no, take that back. IBM does have volume. What was the question? A short? Peter, what's your thought? I don't think it's a good setup for a short. I don't see it right now. Maybe on the 5 minute, if it can do a double top, if it can reject the high again. Again, I'm not a great reversal trader, Peter. This would be more your alley. What's your thoughts on IBM setup right now?
IBM's always a tough one because I consider it like a head fake stock, right? Where it makes a good move at the open, you think, oh, this is gonna be a good day for IBM, and then it'll do nothing for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my view of it right now is this is probably one of those days on IBM. Look at the volume. The volume is sliding off pretty drastically right now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it might be okay for a move back to the VWAP. Excuse me, but the risk to reward right now is not good because you'd have to take at least a $2 risk to the top side, and
yeah,
you've only got about $3 down to the VWAP. So that barely gives you 1.5 to 1. So bottom line, and I don't really see. I don't like it. So.
yeah. I don't like it either. And again, I don't trade that much.
IBM would get interesting if it hit a high of day with a big volume spike. That's when potentially I could look at it and say, okay, is that the end? Does it mean that the momentum's come back and it's going to go higher, or am I seeing signs of weakness that I could take it back down to the VWAP at that point? But right now, with this low volume profile, I mean, look at how much the volume has dropped off. We're trading
Yeah,
8 to 10,000 shares a minute now compared to even just look back 15, 20 minutes ago, where it's trading 30 to 40,000 shares a minute, right? So
yeah,
it's pretty quiet.
yeah. Nine. What is this? 10:07. Sorry, 10:07. It fell off a cliff.
Yeah. And you have to
Yeah,
understand, it's all relative, but even like, again, consider this, even the 40,000 shares that IBM was trading compared to a Tesla that is trading, 250 to 300,000 shares
yeah,
a minute,
yeah.
right? So it's just a big, big difference.
Oh man, we have not even cracked 300 shares. All right, let's see what we could do here. I mean, 300 likes. Um,
Mm. It's
do I have?
Friday, people
Yeah,
people take a
do I have anything here that I can? What can I throw here? I got this. I got Peter here. Nice cigar.
Oh
Look at
man,
nice,
they
nice, beautiful cigar like that. It's one of my favorite pictures, Peter. It's like the Godfather.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Godfather. I
You
love this
you
picture,
do
man. I
like that
have that
one.
on deck. I do. I do. I really do. What else do I have? I gotta throw some stuff here, man, because we gotta get the likes. So look at Andrew trading from. This is Dubai. Is this Dubai? I think it was. It
So,
might have been Dubai. I
what was
think
that?
rooftop.
No, that was it was during one of his climbing trips, and it was like his after trip, I think, after climbing, but I don't remember where he was. Maybe it was Dubai.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. I think it
Portugal?
was.
Maybe.
Or
Could be
was
that
it
too.
Portugal?
And Andrew
It's
might know.
pretty
He
high
would know
up.
better.
So roof. You can see some of
Yeah.
the buildings really small down there. It's all right. Is this helping the likes, guys? Can I get more
Yeah.
likes? I don't have any
Yeah, you
naked
go.
pictures
So
of
here,
Brian.
you guys can help me this. So
Yeah.
I've got the YouTube channel going here, and in the YouTube channel, of course, they feed you, what are the next videos you want to look at. The top one that I've got on my feed right now is an ad, of course. They always put a sponsored ad at the top, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what did I say today specifically to make them think that I want the ad with the headline, "Meet women who value men over 50." Apparently, something I said told
Yeah.
them that that was the ad that I want this morning.
That
So
is funny. That is funny. Um,
it's
all right, Ice on Apple, friends. Apple did get the break. It's pulling
yeah.
back. Tesla's pulling higher. It didn't add.
I don't mind showing that. It's funny how the system will automatically hide things it might think is offensive. So Morpheus, your message came up with a hide or show. I had the option, so I don't care. You think it's the porn I'm watching? Um, Probably not. Not on the work computer, guys. Don't do that on the work computer.
Yeah, keep it off the work computer.
Even if you're working at home.
Yep, yep, yep. Incognito is not what you
Anyways.
think it is. It still gets
Yeah,
recorded.
exactly.
I'm adding.
Exactly.
I'm adding to Tesla here. I feel like
Uh,
I got left out. I should have added here, but I'm adding now. Let's see if we get the break. So
And I love
now,
the fact that,
yeah.
anyways, this whole dating thing. I
No, no, no.
love
Go
when
ahead,
these
go ahead.
ads come up because it's like I should anyways, it's not a surprising picture, but the picture of course is some beautiful Asian woman who if she's 23, I'd be surprised. But
Mm,
anyways, so I guess they know their audience. They know who they're trying to go after. So
yeah, yeah.
why yeah. Anyways.
Uh,
Interweb. Oh, the interweb.
yeah. My email address is carlos@bearbutrators.com. Right, carlos@bearbutrators.com. Um, oh, I don't want to trade too much, but I like Apple long too. But I don't want to be like in too much stuff. Um, so we're in Tesla long, and Apple is pulling back here. You know what? No, I'm just gonna manage one trade. I'm just gonna manage Tesla. I'm not. I don't want to manage. Let's just manage Tesla and see what happens here. And then, since I like Apple so much, I will trade Apple VWAP breakout on the funded account. So I like this funded account because you just trade here if you want like something. I'm gonna go long. Apple. All right, so since you started using trading terminal simulator, I literally fixed my over trading. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Like I want to get on Apple, but I'm not gonna trade it there because I'm already in Tesla. Let's see if this works out, and I'm going to take, you know, I'm gonna take a long. Let me show I got Apple selected. Yeah, let's take a long on Apple. We'll do 50. Yeah, that's all right. We'll do 50% or 75%. We'll go long Apple. All right, 212 shares. That's reasonable. That's something that makes sense. So 212 shares on Apple long for the VWAP breakout because I think it looks good. And we're in Tesla on our live account. So let's see if Tesla can go in. So now we got a full position on Tesla because I did add, and I'm looking for the VWAP breakout. Yes, this everything is going up, right? It's kind of like there's some kind of pop happening, and let's see. I'm rooting for Tesla right now. So there's some kind of move up. Spy. Oh yeah. Oh baby. See, I love you, Tesla. Come on. You
There you go, Carlos.
yeah.
Love you,
You know,
Tesla.
it's treating us well today. Let's see if it can get going. Come on. Um, it looks really good here. I'm gonna take a partial here, friends. Oh, I got it. I didn't get feel where I wanted. That's okay. Um, we'll take a partial here.
Oh man.
Let's see if we can get the break. But it looks good. It looks like we want to get we want to push higher here. So a short, we had a short, partial, stopped out. So that was a great trade. We missed this here though. Oh man, this would have been incredible. Long here, add it, and we're looking for the break, hopefully above the VWAP on this long trade. So this will be a good one if we can get it. On Tesla. All right, 361 likes. So it did work. All the stuff we talked about, Peter. All your weird ads and stuff worked. We got the likes above 300. Wow, Ford is trading good today, which normally you don't say those two things together. But look at Ford. I think eventually I want to own. I want to own. Maybe not own it, but maybe lease. The F-150. I think that's probably the most American vehicle you could possibly get. Is a Ford F-150. Like, I mean, what can possibly be more American than a Ford F-150? What do you guys think? Does anybody have a Ford F-150? No, no, come on, 350? That's crazy. I seen that thing on the road. That's just no. Unless you're in construction or I don't know what you're doing with that thing. F-350? No, man. What are you hauling? A trailer home? I mean, that's tough, man. Or a big ass yacht, or a very big yacht. That's a tough one, man. That thing is tough. All right. Yeah, 350 is it's a big boy. That is a big boy.
A
That's
550?
a
There's a Ford
350.
550?
No, stop it.
Is there?
I don't know. uh,
Oh, apparently there is. That's got to be like an industrial truck.
yeah, it's not. This can't be normal.
Oh, that's like a commercial. That's like a tow truck is a Ford F550. Or that's what they would use to like you'd load like a 16-foot, you know, um,
Yeah,
moving truck.
this is wild. Um, here, look at this thing. This is
Just
350 here. It's just
I know.
massive.
I have to admit the whole pickup truck thing I don't quite get, especially like that. That to
No,
me looks
this is too
that
much.
looks
Yeah,
ridiculous.
this is out.
That
This is
looks
too much.
ridiculous. You're gonna do a low profile tire on a big truck like that? Like what is anyways,
No,
never
no.
mind.
It's
I'm sure there's what's the
yeah.
actual real world application for that? I don't understand.
No. It's too much.
If you want a sports car, get a sports car. If you want an off-road, get an off-road. What are you trying to sports car your pickup truck? Like, come on, man.
Right here,
Anyways,
this right here, 4F-150. Get a nice soup. This is
yeah,
nice.
that's
Something like
okay.
that.
There's nothing wrong with that. I
Yeah,
mean, most people are not using it anywhere near, this capacity, but hey, I drive a
yeah,
Porsche. I'm not using it to its capacity either. So, you know,
yeah. Unless you take it to the
it's
track. So, all right, let's see. Tesla's coming back on me. We'll stop out 441. We'll get out of the trade. Let's see. Oh man, what a sell-off. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get out of it. So sell here. Yeah, we're selling everything on Tesla. Wow, what a rejection on Tesla. Uh, and Apple is working. Apple was the better trade. Apple was the better trade. Who's that? From package. Okay. Very nice. All right. Yeah, Apple was nice, man. Apple was really nice. I wish I would have traded that one.
where I, I'm listening to the chat room and I just listened to what Brian is saying and I'm like,
Yeah.
where is he going with this? Oh my goodness.
Where did he go? Where did he go? Did he go down a rabbit
Well,
hole?
the start of a sentence was, I didn't know that grinder, and then he pauses. You didn't know that you didn't know what about grinder? He continues, I didn't know that grinder was a publicly traded company. Oh, okay. So it is related to stocks here.
Yeah, but
Brian,
it's tied
what
into
the heck?
like it's a bigger it's tied into like Match.com or something, right? It's like one of a bigger parent company or
I
no?
think so. I
Yeah, I don't
think
think they're
so.
on
I
their
mean, I
own.
don't know.
Yeah. I just found out
No.
about Grind. I had no idea what it was. Actually with you guys. I
Oh.
found out with you
No,
guys.
it's on its own, Carlos.
Really?
GRND.
No way.
GRND. Yeah,
GRND.
there you go.
How did they
The
pull that
stock
off?
news, the stock news you need. There you go.
We spoke about this before here, but I thought they were just part of a bigger like Match.com. Well,
Well,
I
they
know they're
might
not part
be.
of I know they're part of Christian Mingle.
They might be because they just received an unsolicited buyout offer bid at $18 a share. So there's some
Can you
news on it. This
imagine
is why
Christian
we're talking
Mingle?
about it.
Christian Mingle. Oh man, I shouldn't look this up here. I'm gonna start getting all these stupid ads.
Hmm, interesting.
Love
So
guided
they
by faith.
yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, they've received an unsolicited proposal. It looks like the board is rejecting at $18 a share, saying that they're firmly committed to the company and the direction and don't want to sell. Not
That's
interested in selling our shares to a third party.
that's Grinder.
That's Grinder, yeah.
So why are they gapping up today? Oh, because of that news? Because they don't want to sell?
Yeah, because they got that offer at $18, so that shows a valuation much higher, of
Oh,
course, than
yeah,
the
got it. I
trading
see.
price. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep.
So there you
No,
go.
these dating apps are good, man. It's the new way. People don't get out. People are not going out to, to meet other people. Everything is online. It's a whole different world. It's not like when me and you were dating, Peter. This is different.
Well,
This is much different.
it's a, and I mean, Grinder's very focused on a very
Well,
specific market segment.
yeah, but I'm talking like overall, like, Match.com, like Christian, like
Oh,
overall,
oh,
like
I'd
this
have,
is, Yeah.
I'd have no hope. If I had to go dating these days, I'd have no hope. I don't know what to do. I can't see myself going through an app. I yeah. I'd
eHarmony.
have to
Look
meet
at that.
somebody at the I'd meet somebody at the pickleball court. That's basically
Yeah.
I'll be dating some 80-year-old lady that I meet at the pickleball court. That's about all I could do these days.
Move down to Florida, play tennis. Man. You know
Just
what?
pickleball. My I've got two couples, so two, four people that are in Las Vegas right now using my timeshare, or two different timeshare, rentals right now, to watch the Las Vegas pickleball tournament championships that are on this weekend.
Beautiful.
So I got, pickleball friends. They're out there. So,
I'm gonna.
so I hope they're enjoying
Yeah.
my timeshare in Vegas, because I'm not using it.
Yeah.
I'm here with you guys, buying dishwashers
and
and
looking at
paying for
dating
cars.
and looking at
Paying,
dating sites. So
yeah,
the top
well,
five, Peter. The top five are eHarmony, Date My Age. Okay,
okay.
that's interesting.
Date my
Never
age.
heard of
I've
that.
never
Yeah, I
even
never
heard of
heard of
that
that
one.
one. Date
Yeah.
My Age. All right.
Okay.
Um,
Match.com. Heard of them. Yeah.
Match.com,
Yeah.
Dating.com. Never heard of them.
Haven't heard of that
Uh,
one.
and
Let's
Talk Kiffy. Talk
talk,
Talk. Yeah,
Talkify.
yeah, yeah. Talkify, I
Okay.
guess.
I
Stir.
guess.
Hard
Never heard of
Time.
them.
Elite
Never heard of
Singles.
them.
Silver Singles.
Our time
And
sounds like
that's
a 65 plus thing. Is that it?
yeah, 50
Over
over.
50?
50
Over
over. Yeah.
50. Okay.
Yeah, there it
Silver
is.
singles, elite singles. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. I guess there's huge demand. There's all these companies we've never heard of out there that are.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Are we doing this? What's going on?"
Yeah. Yeah. There it is.
Uh,
I just cannot get divorced, man. I gotta make this work. I'm not trying to do this. No, 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 no. I just gotta we gotta keep going strong, baby. Because this is I'm out of Tesla, guys. I'm out. I'm not looking at this anymore. Um because dating at an older age has got to be tough, man. That's got to be real difficult. But it's possible. But I just don't want to do it. We got to stay married. Um, just need to click on hot singles in your area as. Good luck with that. Wow, Tesla's falling apart, friends. Falling apart. New law of the day here as it drops. So just not working out at all. Um, I'm out of it already. So we've got a one partial. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the rest, and we stopped out of this one. So we're out on
Now,
Tesla. Yep.
if you could have stayed in it,
Mm-hmm.
you could have gone the other way. Could have stayed in
Yeah.
it. Could have added to your short at VWAP.
Oh. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, this was such a good short, man. I got out too early. I should have kept my original stop. This even here, just this move right here, Peter, would have been incredible. Right? Just like
Yeah.
getting here, this would have been here's my entry here would have been great. So um yeah, yep. Oh, bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, hindsight.
Yeah. My funded account's doing great though. I'm in Apple long on the funded account, right? We got in here for the VWAP breakout. Um, I might just take everything out. I just want to get to. I just want to get a 6,000. I'm gonna take everything out.
That's all. That's all you.
I
You
just want to
just.
get back what I
Are you
lost.
still in the
Yeah.
trade? I thought you got out of the trade.
No, no. I'm in a funded account in Apple. I went Apple long.
Oh,
On
I
yeah, but
see.
I'm out of everything else. It's just Apple right
Okay.
here. Um.
Okay.
Oh
I
no!
see.
Come on. I wanna-
All right.
And by the way, we're not just gambling, right? We're do this the right way. I'm actually taking actual trades. The Tesla today was a VWAP 5 minute ORB breakdown. Turned out nice. This was a VWAP breakout. So we're taking actual trades. I just don't want to like gamble because it's it's whatever. No, we're gonna do it the right way with actual trades. And we're not gonna hold like some people like they'll go in, they'll hold like all the way down here to 259, then come back up and then say, oh yeah, close to that breaky at a you know at a win. And no, that's not, you won't do this in real life, right? You won't do this in real life. And if you do win, then what happens is you're setting up real bad habits for the future, right? So treat this like an actual, well, it is you can get a payout on it. Treat it like an extra account. Treat it the way you would if you were trading real money, because you could build great habits, right? So you have stops, yeah. You could do stop loss. Here it is. Look, stop loss. Yeah, you have stop loss in the fund. You could do a stop loss. You could set it up. Just right click here, market limit, stop loss. You could set up your stop loss order. What happens a lot is that when people start trading, and I did this when I first started and I was new, we don't accept like certain things. Like we won't accept like 100. I'm up $114. Who makes $114 in 15, 20 minutes? Not a lot of people. And then I will hold, try to get 261, then it'll come back down, and I'll end up red, right? So just be careful of that, because that was a big problem for me. Like trying to make more than what the market was giving me was an issue. Tinder and Grinder people do. They do what? Cause I have a question. If you pay $200 per month for the funded account, do you still pay the $90 for the trading terminal? 200 per month. That's the first time I'm hearing that. What is that? Did the change kick in yet? I gotta check. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a question for trading terminal. They can give you all the breakdown there. I am going to check. Oh, that is a problem. Okay. I'm just gonna close out everything. I did it again by mistake. I went short Tesla when I was trying to sell Apple, but I just closed everything. Closed everything, and we got our 6,000. Very nice. Very, very nice. Beautiful. All right. Cool. And that is a day. Carlos, do you get to redeem the funds that you start with the funded account and only profits you make? Yes. So you got to make sure you follow the rules. There's this rule thing up here, right? Account rules. So click on that. Make sure you follow all these rules are set up over here. Oh yeah, here it is, 200. Oh, that's where you got it from. Okay, so this got updated. So yeah, you get the 200 is you get the funded account.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hey Andrew, quick question.
Hey, good morning, Andrew.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. Quick question. Let me send this to the chat. For the funded account, 200 is plus the 99. How does it work? People are asking in chat.
So when you're getting into trading terminal, you have access to a free real-time simulator, not free, included in that. But if you want to go into the funded account, it's $199. And then
Gotcha.
the moment that you activate it, it starts your 90 days period for the payout. And if you
Got it.
blow up, then you have to reset it with another 199.
Yeah.
So that's the deal. I see that you're trading Carlos on it, and you're up $6,000 on it.
I am, man. Yes, we're doing pretty
Yeah,
well. And we
lovely.
did good
Well,
today with Tesla.
congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Nice. Did you make it all today?
No. It's been a couple of days. I actually been down. I've been up, so it's not all
You
today,
know I'm not
man.
gonna pay you for the payout. You know that.
We were talking about we were
What do you
talking
mean?
about that.
Like I've been teaching you for 10 years now. Get the fuck out of here.
I want a big check. I just want to win. I just want the check. I won't cash it, but I want the big check, and that's just, I
Okay,
won't cash
sure.
it.
Fair. Deal. Finish it in 90 days and see what we're gonna get. Yeah, for sure. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'll give you at least once though. Don't keep signing up.
That's
Peter,
funny.
how are you doing? I see that you're
That's
standing. What's up?
Yeah,
I'm
I was
just
was
trying.
noticing that.
My chairs are giving me pain, so I'm trying to stand up more now. Because
Chair is
Do you
giving
have
you
one of
pain.
those
yeah,
desks that elevates, Peter?
I do. I've had it for years. I just only occasionally, raise and lower it, but I'm trying
Okay.
to keep it up here more now. Oh, that sounded wrong. Trying to use the standing desk more.
That's what she said.
I know.
Oh boy.
All right.
You say
So,
something and then you hear it in
Oh
your
boy.
head and you're like, that didn't sound right. Well, that's okay because I
Yeah.
I was listening to you guys in the chat room all morning, and Brian, I start hearing you talking about Grinder, and I'm like, what the heck is going on in there? And
I
realized
know
that
I stopped
yes.
him, but please, Brian, don't continue the joke. We're getting to
Well, no, we
uh,
looked it up. We did the whole research. There is an actual unsolicited bid for the publicly traded company that the board has
Oh,
rejected. So, anyways, we're through all that. But
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal.
It's
Let's
all
get
done.
back into character. Let me ask you, let me show you a couple of things. For the people in YouTube, we had a really amazing trading day. AMD was a very nice move. Fuck, AMD was obviously at the open, it was very strong. So I went long for the break of pre-market high, but I kind of got the filled a little bit on the top. It pulled back. My stop loss was originally below the VWAP. Again, I was hoping to get a better entry around here, but got filled over there. And then Market Atlas was really helpful in knowing that there's a lot of orders going through. Uh, so I stayed in the trade, and then boom, it popped up. I added more on that, obviously, because very clean order at 250 by Market Atlas. So that was a really good sign to add into my position. Popped up to 250. I got filled on that, and then it pulled back to the VWAP, and I added more on that. Really nice move up. I had some order at 251. And here's the thing that I wanted to discuss. Very important, guys, in YouTube. So I started partialing before, and then I partialed more than my original limit order that I was putting at 251. So by the time that it got into 251, because my order was out, I got short AMD. So he sold whatever that I had left, plus the change went actually into the short. And then I had to quickly cover that one. I told AMD is not the trade that I want to stay short. So as you see here, I made really good money on AMD, obviously. And this short position was because my limit order was already out there and I didn't have enough shares to cover that limit order. So it went short, so essentially. And the limit order, the way that it works is very similar to stop loss order. Your order goes into the order book and sits. So you can see it in the market atlas. So it's not that it's waiting from your platform whenever it reaches goes that. No, it actually goes in there. And that's the most important part. So very important, guys, that you always make sure that you have enough shares, especially swing traders have to be very careful on that because, they put orders and then they stay like GTC orders, good till cancel. So, that order sits in the order book and gotta make sure that you have enough position to cover. If not, it opens a flip position for you. And as you see here, it's just AMD is ripping after that. I wish that I was there. It did pull back again, but I didn't get back in there. But, say again to test the VWAP and this explosive move up.
Yeah, nice trades on AMD. Actually, I was saying I got long AMDL, which is a two leveraged AMD ETF. I got long that on last night based on the Intel numbers that came out that were good. And I just thought both AMD and NVIDIA were going to be sympathy trades. They were going to go up on the Intel news, which worked out really well. So I already had a position going into this morning on AMD, which worked obviously quite well. Also did a couple of options trades on the Qs. Qs have been pretty strong. So right around 950, we got to pull back to the VWAP. So I played the QQQs for a bounce off the VWAP and back to high of day, which we got. So it's kind of one of my favorite trades is just using VWAP as support or resistance.
All right, so yeah, that was a pretty interesting trade. And Qs are now reaping SPYs, reaping as well back to all-time high. Congratulations to all the bulls in life. Surprisingly, the bonds didn't move much. It did pop up in the
No,
pre-market after the inflation number came out lower than expected, but it really sold off. TLT is kind of flat today. Yeah, so so I have a position still in NVDA. So the situation is really good in my bank account. Everything is green, and we'll see how NVDA does. There was one question that the funded account between trading terminal and DAS. Well, DAS is the best platform for trading. It's a desktop application. Obviously, it's much faster because it's using the computer's RAM. So the memory is way more powerful. Trading terminal is browser based, so obviously it has the limitation because it uses the memory of your browser, and obviously is not designed for live trading. DAS is designed for live trading, but essentially quick under that. But DAS is also more expensive, so you have to look into that. Which one do you want to choose? You still have DAS through funded account through DAS. Big Capital is still using DAS, but that's your decision. That if you want to use DAS platform either as a simulator or as a funded account or trading terminal. I think the entry is good for trading terminal, but you eventually reach to a point in trading terminal that say, okay, I want to use a better platform, and that's okay. You graduate to DAS or other platforms. All right, so there is one rule that we have is that we don't want this to be a casino. I don't want you to come and take one trade on a penny of stocks or something volatile, and then you make a lot of money, and then after 90 days come and say, hey, I want to cash out. So this trading terminal is about building a trade book, and it's designed to be taking you through a quarter of public companies trading. So you see ups and downs on everything. Days like these that you have amazing moves, and there are days that are extremely choppy. There are days that the news from the president or White House drops completely in the market or rallies the market completely. You got to be in all of them. That's why we want people to trade. I don't want people to come and just make money out of it. Like there are some, other platforms that you can go like a casino and you can just make trade and then they pay out you daily. But I don't want this to be a casino. I want it to be a best learning experience for you. So that's why, for example, I need the consistent equity curve. If you have equity curve like one trade in there and then nothing, and then at the end of the day come, cash me out, that's just against the value that we want to offer. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's some professional gamblers that then they go to check out and that kind of thing, but it's not the core value of trading terminal. I want it to be the best experience for you in good real time because there are some good days and there are some really tough days. You have to see them both. And risk management, use of leverage. We specifically give you leverage because the use of leverage is extremely important. And if you have to be very patient, you have to be very smart about how to use leverage. And if you don't use the leverage properly, then you destroy your life. And if you use it smartly, you can consistently beat the market. That's what I'm doing, showing it every single day for you. And I have done big losses on excessive leverage. So very important to go through this process.
I don't think you can be a gambler as a trader. I mean, people could look at this as gambling, but it's very, the trades we're doing are very methodical with risk management. I mean, there are professional gamblers who do the same thing, right? But they all have risk rules and they have a process. So if to be a professional gambler or be a professional trader, you have to have rules and routines.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
can't
Like
just
they say in poker,
yeah.
they say there are three P's: position, patience, and the pot that you have. The management of the pot is very important. Um,
Yeah,
so
and
no,
that's
you can
your
go ahead.
I was just going to say your most important asset is if you're whether you're gambling or whether you're trading, your most important asset is your pot, basically. You know, got to protect that at all cost.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really important. And no, trading terminal never try to connect to any broker. And soon we're gonna have their journaling. Our journaling tool is ready for all the funded accounts. We're gonna launch it today. It's already launched. We just want to do the testing on it. The only thing that we want to do that is we're gonna connect your brokers to journaling so you can extract all of the data. There are APIs available for that, approved by the brokers. So you can essentially any broker that you're using gets the data is only read only. So they read your data and then populate it for you in a journal. They're pretty safe as well because again they control the API that's only read only. They don't accept any order or anything from them.
Yeah, so we're getting at the time of day. It's getting pretty choppy. If you look at the queues, we're just sort of trading up and down in a very sort of narrow range right now. So if you're going to trade a move, you basically have to highlight that range and then look for a break.
Yeah, so for the journal, when it's released, automatically gets all of your trades in the journal. You don't need to do anything. Even people who are already in the funded accounts, if before we launch, we have it, the database, we already populate it for you. But probably by over the weekend, you can see the button journal. You can click on that and you can see all of your stats for the funded accounts. So it's all automatic. You don't need to do anything. Someone want me to ask a question. Let's get, if I want to answer a trading question, is want me to ask me a question. Why did you check the last trade on NVIDIA? I'm going to go to the 5-minute chart on YouTube so you guys can see. There is a trade book for the very strongest stocks that they come down below the VWAP. Usually around the moving averages, they find the bottom and then they rip at least to the VWAP and above that. Doesn't necessarily go back to the high of the day, but there is a trade book. I explained that in my advanced book, which essentially could be a double bottom, or a fallen angel, but usually very strong moves at the open come down. Sometimes the 920 and this could be completely the same. So I was thinking that this moving average is really holding, and we have a case for it to go up. It did stop me out, but it came back up, and this coming back up, was something that I thought that maybe it's worth to take the trade. It's not an A+ setup, so I don't sweat on it or I don't go significantly big position on that. Again, the time of the day is also not my niche, but that was something that I considered to take that trade. It's also, I'm sure it would be a 924. We're looking to that. No, the first 920 was here. It really broke down. So, but as you see the nature of the double bottom in different time frames. But it's very important. It's very important to understand that has to be a very strong move on the stock. So when it comes down below the VWAP, right at the VWAP, sometimes they don't get even to VWAP. Like AMD never lost the VWAP, so it never gave you this opportunity. So as soon as it came touch the VWAP, ripped higher. So AMD would have been amazing if AMD, for example, would have come to this moving average. Usually I look at the 5-minute time frame. So I kind of did actually hit here, but if AMD, for example, at the open with this strong move would have sold to this 247, I would have taken that trade as well. Again, I don't have a name for it. I don't trade it very often either because, again, the time of the day that happens, especially a day like this, I'm profitable very nicely. I don't need to take any other trade, but that was the reasoning behind it. Now the market atlas helps. In the first trade that I did on NVIDIA, I did mention that in the chat room, Momi, that I don't know if you were listening at that. I'm taking this trade. I don't know why, because market atlas also doesn't say anything. Now it does. And then for the second trade, the market atlas was showing something. So, the market atlas helps you in decision making. Yes, Al. So the journaling would be from all the data is populated from the last reset that you had. Um,
All right.
all right. So that's a pretty very
So
nice,
it
very
was a
decent
pretty
spread.
decent day. Wow, the SPY and the Qs are rolling over again. Kind of been topping here. We do sometimes I'll use spot gamma to find out where important option positions are. And right now and I traded this morning. We've got a what we call a call wall at 6,800 on the SPX. And that was a pretty definitive rejection right there on this call wall. So again, just looking for areas where there's going to be support and resistance.
Oh, Mark, you already see that? It's already launched on the journal. I don't know. Let me see if they should launch it. They haven't launched it officially yet. Oh, nice. The P Capital, they're using the journal. It's been like few bootcamp that we are all using the journal for P Capital.
Yeah, the reason the market's up today is because CPI, the inflation data was just a little bit sort of tamer than expected, and I guess that was sort of the wild card in terms of what would prevent the Fed from cutting rates, as if inflation came in really hot, might give some pause to some of the Fed members not to cut rates. So I think that the fact that inflation was a little bit lighter than expected, the the market took that as a positive, basically, thinking that because we've already pretty much, if you look at the Fed watch tool, I mean, we're pretty much 100% for a rate cut here, at least a quarter point next week. So that's probably why the market took this as a positive number. At least it wasn't like 4% or something like that. It seems like it seems like the Fed is putting more emphasis on the labor market, which is, I guess, showing some signs of weakness. Getting a lot of news lately about layoffs, especially white collar. Target laid off a bunch of people. Announcement this morning.
Meta let go a lot of people.
Yeah. Who else? There was someone else that I can't remember. Yesterday, there was some news about another company laying a bunch of people off.
Yeah, so this is very important. Like really the white collar jobs are getting really hits left and right. I get a lot of emails from the people that like in their 50s and 60s, they're getting laid off. I know a lot of people like accountant, consultants that are getting laid off because the productivity with AI has gone up significantly. Even my own developers, like the speed of the development for them has gone up significantly because the AI can help them in the logic, check their code before it's amazing. So it's a very important time. I'm very, very pessimistic about the future of white collar jobs with the AI. It's gonna impact not now, but in the next 5 years, everybody's job is in danger. So you have to really re-innovate yourself, learn a new skill, you have to push it. The time that it was so easy to get a job, and then it's over. Like it's over, and it's brutal, and there's no really thing on that. Some jobs would never get impacted. Even Sam Altman said, like for example, nursing. Nurses would never get impacted by AI
Yeah,
because you need the human
yeah.
touch and everything. But
There's
uh,
certainly, yeah, there's definitely some professions that, if anything, demand is going to increase. If you think of the demographics and everybody getting old, more demands on healthcare.
yeah, and it's okay. You just have to just show up every single day. If you really want to make trading, it's before it gets really too critical for your stage of life, show up every day. Like when I got laid off from my job, I had a really good close friend of me, Ben, and he walked me out to my car for leaving that same day. And told me that, just push this trading because I was really messing around with trading in that time. So just wake up early in the morning, just push it, and really stuck to me. Like in that thing that he said. He really same day after my leg go walking me up to my car. It was in the middle of the day. So just push, calm, pay for that fund that I can go through this simulator, invest a little bit, not too much. A little bit like wisely, go through that. Like the future of white collar jobs are extremely, or just really start to reinvent your job, go towards something that has a better future, like manufacturing and something like that. Okay, learn a skill. The life doesn't owe you a living at all. And unfortunately attracts
Yeah,
trading the people that they think the universe owes them a living.
yeah.
Couldn't agree more with that,
I mean,
boss.
yeah,
I
that's
think I
true.
think that's a really true statement.
Yeah, thanks, Thor. So you're here. I appreciate that. And it's very, very important, guys. Again, remember that. And don't live in the past. Don't think, oh, in the 1975, I could, one family and pay for mortgage. Like that time is over. Like this is a new era. And a lot of people that I see, like Brian, for example, these boomers, like they have the really good market economic growth and everything. So his property pot, probably $50,000, now $5 million, did nothing. But that I can't live in the past. I cannot look into Brian and say these boomers had it all. And like the fuck that. Like try to reinvent it for yourself. This is a new era of fast pace, and you really will have to work hard. Thor, for example, he is in Florida, but he puts a cap on. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. How someone in Florida has this big hat on. But
Because it's cold for a Floridian down here, and my head is bald. Which, by the way, BBT actually stands for Bald Brothers Trading, according to Peter.
Well,
So I just wanted to point that out. I'm just saying. And what Andrew says is 100%. A place where AI and computers are really taking over is on the NYSE. If you go to like the stock exchange, there's nobody walking around the stock exchange during the middle of the day. I mean, the attrition of jobs
yeah,
for market makers. I mean, the most market makers are robots now. Technically, they're quants. Their seats are being occupied by AIs. Right. So it's these, you'll walk around and these booths are empty now down on the NYSE. It's quiet.
yeah, absolutely.
just
Well,
just the hum of the computers.
Hmm.
yeah, absolutely. So again, I'm gonna hand it over to YouTube to Peter. Brian, thank you so much. Really great trading. I'm all out of my
Okay.
positions, guys. No more trading for me. And YouTube, I know you're in good hands with
Yep.
Mr. Thor and chat room, Gary and Paris, two of our really good traders are coming. God bless you all and have a good weekend. See you on Monday
Yeah.
morning.
Hey,
Okay,
all
guys,
right,
I'm
everybody.
gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off too. If you want to check out my swing trade video on the weekend, so it'll be on YouTube. Just search my name, go over what happened last week and over the last week, and take a look ahead, see what we got coming next week. So Thor, I'll leave it to you. Have a good one, buddy. Have a good weekend.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you. So,
Cheers.
hey, everybody out there on YouTube. Good to see everybody. Don't forget, like, subscribe, join the group, Lambos and Garbage Trucks. Make sure you're here to hang out, have a good time, and do stuff. Today was a great day for the cams today. So I have RTY up on. You can see we did exact perfect R4s, or R4 to R6s today. I don't think let me
Hey, Thor,
reshare
can
my
you
screen.
share your screen again? Yeah,
Yeah. I watch the YouTube feed just because it does this so often now, Carlos. I've just gotten used to it. Let me see. Let me stop it and then let me start it again. Yoink. Screen, this one. Coming at you. All right, now we're talking. It's working now, I can tell. All right.
Yep.
So on RTY, we did a beautiful R4 to R6 and then re-offered R6, and now we're moving back towards R4. I took the RTY long. Also on ES, we had a very lovely hold on. We had a very lovely offer on ES as well for a buy, which if you had taken was really nice. As you can see, Dr. V that comes by here every Wednesday, this would be a Dr. V trend line here. And you can see how the trend line kind of beat this one up as it tried to get off of R4. So unfortunately, we were kind of, I drew this before the market opened, actually. So that's pretty funny. So I really like YM right now, and I actually am short YM since I got a nice target on ES, or sorry, on RTY. I really like that we had a reversal call here on YM. So this is the one I'm looking at right now for a possible short setup and hoping that'll work. So yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I'm bearish right now. So let me show you why. Let me pull up SPY. So if you're looking at this is how I kind of consider this, okay? Everything for me is all about the open, right? Sandra? So the open is our initial offer. So at the open, what happened at the open? We sold, right? At the open, we sold. When we came out and we offered the open, the first thing we did was sold, and then we bought the open. But when we bought the open, that was a very weak buy, right? It's a very weak buy, right? And now what I've seen is we keep offering the open over and over and over again, right? So it just doesn't seem like with all the news that's been out, if this market was going to buy, it should have started buying already. So I'm not saying it's a short, but for me, in the range that we're in, we may just get stuck here, right? Which would be kind of problematic. Now, I would be more of a short now. Like I wouldn't long at all now. Like for me, this looks like we're selling. We're also negative in our numbers. So, and we're under VWAP. Right. So for which, isn't like a thing I use very often, but let me actually get it off because we were talking about VWAP and P capital today. So I would unfortunately, you just have to be a little patient here because this range is narrow. One of the reasons we don't like shorting on narrow ranges or playing back into range is because you're going to run into buyers a lot. So it's going to be really difficult. Let's look at Tesla. I would not buy Tesla. Right? That was easy. How long did that take, Whitecap? Right? But Tesla's at S3. Right? Yeah, but it's selling. Right? So now I like that we're on a higher, wider range. Let's see what Tesla's book looks like. And it could be a buy, but right now it's selling. Right? So it's not a buy till it's a buy. Buying is a mood. It's a state of being. You know what I mean? It's buying or it's selling or it could be balanced, right? But in this instance, we're selling, we're not buying. So for me to buy S3, I would need to see this start buying. You know what I mean? I need to see some kind of an institutional reaction, you know, something to come in and really. So not that this can't be a buy, but it's not a buy right now, right? So if anything, as I zoom out, I think our order book actually has better structure to the downside. We have a heavier bid to the lower side, and we have very lovely order structure to the downside. So I'd actually see us selling more here. Yeah, and we just put a bid there. Everything else is kind of chopping a little bit. So would you target more than R4 on SPY? Sure. If SPY goes short here, it would be a massive move. Right? The R6 short is a movement to at least the CP to fill the gap to previous day's close. Right? So if this did kick in, I mean, it's only 11 o'clock. There's a lot of time left on this Friday. I think they're just offering premium. But look how low the volume is. We're not going anywhere. I think they're just letting people buy. At some point, I just feel like they're gonna flush this thing. So, and maybe they don't. Maybe it just gets stuck here. But I don't know. You know, I've been doing this for a titch now. The ATR indicator that I use is mine, coded by Bruz, adaptive ATR limits. And I use the basic configuration. So there's our IB high and our IB low, right? So if we go up on SPY through the IB high, there's a good chance we get stuck out here. If we need to get back through this low if it's going to sell. So we'll just see what we get. If the ES gets high enough back up here, I might try a hit on the ES up here. Why not? Yep. 4 hour. I'm not as good at Dr. V. I'm a student, but I'm getting there. So like on SPY, for instance, let me show you on SPY how I do it, which I'm sure is not right. But I'm getting there. So when I'm looking at these, right? Let's see here. So if you wanted to do a high trend, I would start all the way at this high here and just come right to the highest candle there. Bam, right? So that gets you that under one. See where we gapped from? And then if you're going to go the other direction, there's not really a whole lot. So I would actually get rid of this one and see, I know this is kind of crazy, but this is something I didn't learn, is this high and then this high before they sold. So I'm going to grab those, that one, and then that one. So you can still see on pretty much every measure, right, on the way you're trying to hit these things. You know what I mean? Like you can maybe use this guy here, that high to that high. You know what I mean? That one works pretty good. And then come in on that one. And you can see, yeah, there we go. That's the one. Look at that. So from this high to this high, you can see how we interacted and made those highs and then failed. So I'm going to grab those right there and look. So we're testing that there, and you'll see how look how it lines up. Right? I'm getting there. I'm getting better. It takes me a minute to line them up, but after I try for a second, I can find them. So this is one of those moments where maybe I don't let it get all the way to R6 before I short, right? Because if it buys over the trend and then buys into R6, that could be very dangerous, right? So maybe in this instance, I'm getting short here instead of letting it get all the way to R6 because the overall trend gets broken by letting it get to R6. you know, up to you on how much of that kind of deviation you want to allow. Now, in reality, if you just marked high of day, you kind of get a very similar level, but it's not as good. I mean, look at this. You can't argue with boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. So. But if ES can get back up here. So ES, see, I kind of did the same thing with ES. But ES, let's see here. See, here's this. You could have done this instead of marking all-time high. You use this guy here. Bam. Ah, no. Bam. Bam. Oh. See, that insinuates we've still got plenty of room to the top side. So I just use this like steep trend here on the highs. That worked okay. But like if you're really going out, ES still has some room, right? So I like the SPY one, but I tend to look at SPY more. You know what I mean? When I'm looking at that. Got an observation question. With a balanced level 2, will they typically pick up the buys before going long? Or so with a Chris, with the balanced level 2, we're more likely to actually just oscillate back and forth. So and it's really hard to tell which one it's going to actually go for first. Because it's balanced, it tends to just, it tends to just go whop and whop and whap. If you actually link to my book there, for anyone who hasn't read it, I actually do a level 2 section in there where I show like what balanced level 2s work. And I specifically say in there, don't trade. You know what I mean? Because basically it's very, very difficult to tell what's going to happen with that kind of stuff. I'm trying to buy. So we're getting back up here. Let's see if we get lucky and we can have some fun with ES up here. Where's NQ? So NQ keeps buying off of R4. Look at that. Cam gold today. Absolutely, I prefer coming back. Rick, I absolutely prefer playing back into range on wide ranges. Because today's a narrow range, the outside is the more likely occurrence. Absolutely, humorous. Absolutely. It by no means completed its movement down to R4, and this buy-up has been very weak. So I certainly wouldn't have an issue with that. Let's check. I actually kind of like RTY. Let's take a look at it and see what. See, I really liked RTY today. That's one of the reasons I was focused on it. So it's kind of got this. Let's see. We're through that. We're through that. Let's get rid of this guy. I mean, there's not really a lot you can go off of right now, right, on RTY? Because, I mean, look at this. Look where we are right now. I mean, this is amazing. So the only thing I'd really feel comfortable doing is I'd come up here and grab this top, and I'd come up and grab the top of pre-market right there. right? So that's kind of what I would be, that one seems to be the only one that's really worth anything right now. But it doesn't have a lot to it either because it's just one high. So, but you can see where that kind of comes in at. So coming right through the top of the range, right near ATR high. So it makes a whole lot of sense. But we're not buying very well. But not buying and selling are also two different things. So let's keep an eye on things and let's see if we can spot some selling when it comes in. I can't wait till Atlas has futures, and it's coming soon, I hope. Right? So, but unfortunately, I have to use this tool for now. But as soon as Atlas is out, I won't have to use it anymore. You can see we actually don't have a lot of orders to the top side on RTY. So this does not look overtly bullish right now. I mean, it looks like we have a big order above us at like 25.34, like right up here. Right? So I mean, it's we're gonna, yeah. I mean, it's not that we can't say it. It's just like, let's just say I'm not working to promote it. uh Bearish, actually. Like, I think we're bearish right now. I think we're gonna sell at some point. Like, our order structure to the top side is very lean. Like, they're just allowing retail to buy, and it's squeezing the price up. Like I think they're distributing. What do you mean is the chat room working, John? Like in the Bear Bull Traders one? I would think so. CES is absorbing here off of this order. Yeah, I would think so. But I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not in the chat room right now. I'm on YouTube. So I am surprisingly less dialed into stuff like that than you would imagine. AMD does look bearish right now. YM went out. Hey, what's up, Mark? Tubular. Yeah, PLTR's been rocking. We were watching that earlier today. Sean, so the thing is it's like if you say it 3 times in a row, it's like saying Beetlejuice. You know what I mean? So, I can't do it. All of a sudden, like an evil ghost will come out and stop me from trading. Mara. Interesting on Mara. All right, so yeah, I like it. So we're well under trend here, which is good. I like Mara right here. This is a really cool call. Look at that short call right there on Mara. What do you think, huh? That's pretty solid. If anyone's looking, I'm really pretty into this one. So our order book on, let's get Mara's book up. I love the VPA on this for a short. Our order book's dense to the top side. That's a little bit of a problem. But this buying here and not being able to buy through this top side order, and I love that it's $20. That's such an obviously institutional number. And then we add the absorption at it, and then the immediate rejection. So that's pretty fun. I really kind of like that. This is a really good call. The short would be a movement to S3. So you would want to get your profit within $1. Which, I mean, if you have reasonable risk management, should not be too difficult. That's fun. There's an alert on ES also. All right, I still go back to scalping. I'm at 1.5 gold, but the Atlas tool is like cheating for scalps. I also use trend lines and price action. I mean, bro, you and I talked about this a long time ago, man. You can't always go against like what you're like if you feel like you're drawn to it. The only thing is are you like why don't you want to scalp? I guess is what I'm saying. Like, is there a reason you don't want to? Do you think you're like having profit limits because of it? Like, or like what's making you want to get away from scalping? And obviously, as someone who doesn't like to scalp, I would love to convince you otherwise, but I'm not trying to screw up your trading either. Like if you're good at it, you know what I mean? I love how precise that interaction was there. Okay, hello, still looks a little bullish. Okay, so it's both. Yeah, it's a lot of work, right? And you feel like you're leaving a lot on the table. I think that's very true. I like that idea. So my thought here, let's think. 25,540. Is it on the bookmark or Tesla? Let's look at Tesla and then we'll go back to NQ. Tesla for me right now is pretty bullish and it's in a buying range. So I would consider Tesla. Tesla is not buying. I would let Tesla go. I don't think I would play it. The thing with scalping, let me show you like kind of an example. This is a trade I took last week. This trade makes almost 10K. There is no more efficient way to make money in the market than by just getting in at the top or buying the bottom and just doing nothing, just holding, right? My first out was one contract, and that one contract covered all of my risk for about the past 5 or 6 trades I had taken prior to that. So almost a week's worth of trading for me. And then the final one hit and basically set up the majority of my month. You know what I mean? So it's like now it's like the pressure's off, and it only takes one good hold to make that happen. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm like, when my old man used to have this saying, and this saying was, don't trip over dollars to pick up dimes. Right? Don't trip over dollars to pick up dimes. Right? There is so often when we are trading, that is what we are doing. Right? We are so focused on picking up the dimes, we don't realize that we're tripping over dollars. Right? And that's such a difference in perspective to have once you get a little bit further down the road. You know what I mean? So just kind of keep that in mind, like as you're looking at your trading and going through all of your stuff, right? You know, if you can afford many losses, if the hold that you did, it works. You know what I mean? So it happens to me a lot too. So one of the things you have to be really focused on is trying not to second guess yourself a lot. A lot of times, how many of you have this happen? Give me a hands up. Where you had a plan at the beginning of the day, and then at the end of the day, you did not have a green day that day. You ended up as a red day, but then you looked at it and said, had I have just stuck with my original plan, I would have had an amazing day today. Right? How many of us have I've definitely done this many a time in my life. Right? I would imagine most of you have. Right? So this is because, right, when you become a trader, I want to lay out a scenario for you. While we're waiting to see what ES and everything does. Imagine you're walking through the woods, right? Go on a little journey with me here for just 5 seconds since it's a Friday. Imagine you're walking through the woods. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny. It's shiny. Like everything is amazing. I've got food in my bag. I'm going on a hike. I've got a little pop-up tent. I'm having a great day. As you're walking down through the woods, all of a sudden, you hear a twig snack behind you. What happens? What's your response to that scenario? The state is called hyper-awareness, right? And it's this thing that is genetically programmed into every single one of us down to the core of our DNA for survival, right? It's absolutely Bigfoot, especially in Florida, right? You have this snap happens. Now, you don't even know what it is, right? But your body swells. Your smell gets stronger. The lights, everything gets brighter. Your ears open. You can hear every little crawl, right? The ground, you can smell the earth, right? Like all of a sudden, all of these things, every small detail of every little thing that's happening around you is now in view, when before it was not, right? Now you turn around and guess what? There's nothing there. Right? It was just a twig fell, or it was like a freaking, it was a little peak, right? It was nothing. Maybe it was a squirrel, right? You turn around and start walking. Are you no longer hyper aware? Or are you still hyper aware? You're still hyper aware, right? It's going to take you minutes, maybe even hours, depending on how much that startled you, to lose this hyper awareness, right? This constant data that's coming into your head. So now imagine you're getting into your stock position. You have a really, really good idea. You've put together a solid thesis. The price buys right off the level you're looking for. It starts to go in your direction. All of a sudden, a volume spike comes out. It moves against you significantly further than you would have imagined, and then comes right back up. What are you now? What are you now? Your body does not know the difference, right? Your body does not know the difference between a twig snapping versus your stock chart moving the wrong direction when you didn't expect it to, right? You will get put into a state of hyper awareness. And that is why you screw up, right? Because you've lost consciousness. Hyper awareness is a reactive state, right? Hyper awareness is, imagine this, back to the other thought. You turn around, instead of there being nothing, there's a Florida brown bear. What do you do? Right? What do you do? Right? Some people turn and run away. If that's the case, the Florida brown bear will chase you. And it can run at about 35 to 40 miles per hour at a sprint. And it can turn just a, ooh, spice. Hold on. Switching gears. So just remember, when you're trading, trade your plan. Look at that trend we had going. When you trade your plan, right? And try not to be hyper aware, right? It is your job to look at that bear and say, hey, actually on a brown bear, if I stand tall and just walk past it, I'll probably be just okay. Oh man, here we go. Anybody short Mara? So right now I'm short Mara because we had a cam call on that one and it looked really nice. So when it sold and stalled, I went ahead and shorted and just threw my stop above 20 and a nickel. So I think that one's working. That looked like a pretty solid one. Nice. Nice. So I like that one. And the ES just started selling a titch. So I like that too. Right off of that trend. I didn't do the ES one. But look at that right off of the trend. Bam. But Mara's pretty, right? So we'll see how Mara goes. I like Mara. We'll hang on to that one and then we'll see what happens on everything else. So this one I'll hang on to. My profit target is going to be right here. 1937 is the profit target on this one. If this one doesn't work, that'll be that. I'll stop. This will be my last trade of the day. So, but I really liked this one. So here's what I saw that made me really like this one. All right, ready? Let me make this a little bigger. Let me get rid of this IB stat crap. Here, hold on. So look at this. So it's all about what they do, right? Let me ask you a question. I'm not going to prompt here as much as I possibly can. Oh, come on. Work for me here. This is high of day, right? Pre-market high, high of day, R6. What happens when they try and buy that level? What was the result of buying that level? You see it? You know, I mean, when we tried to buy through $20, we could not sustain $20 and closed the candle under $20, right? We got stuffed. Then when we re-offered the value of that candle, we immediately rejected. And then when we re-offered value of that candle, we rejected and sold that one too. Right, so this is some shooting star vibes right there, is it not? And you ready for some fun BS detector? You ready for the BS detector to show you where it's really happening? Look at the watch this. Doggone it. Come on. My stinking Epic pen always not working. Come on. Load already. There we go. Look at this. Look here. As this is going up from here, look how we pull back. And then as we push back up, look what the volume does. It just stays flat, right? We're not really buying. It doesn't read this as strong buying, right? It's not like this. You can see this one was really strong, but then as we went, we rested, and then as we bought, we actually lowered our volume, right? So the BS detector, now look, as we're pulling back, look, as we pulled back up, look how the volume stayed flat. We're going to continue. This is a sell. So the BS detector allows you to see real-time divergence in volume. In a way you've never been able to see before. It actually shows confirmation, and it shows real-time divergence. Coming soon to a theater near you. So you can see this was very strong confirm, but look what happened in this last range, right? Anytime we've been up here, we've sold, and then we've struggled. Look, big green candles. Look, the brighter the candle, the more volume it has, and look how the big green one is on lighter volume than the small ones. You can see the absorption, right? And then we sell. Yep. Hold on. There we go. All right, so we are still on the order book. We are definitely a little more bullish than bearish, but we have plenty of orders to the downside, and right now we're selling. So for me, since we have orders to the downside, I don't think we've got enough gas to go buy 20. So I think that was our attempt, and I think we exhausted our buyers. So now they're hunting for new buyers. So unless this thing starts making some really aggressive new highs, this should still be pretty good. We're going to fade this bullish book here. Notice also how our buys are being put on the bid to the downside right now. They're not offering those to the ask. So right now it would seem that the specialist is a little more interested in in distributing into the buy orders. And look, they're putting the sell orders on the bid as well. So anytime someone is making transactions, they're all hitting the bid right now. whether they're buys or sells. Right. So if I was going to go long, I would want to start seeing these hitting the ask and driving the price. Right now, it looks like they're distributing. Let me get a little closer. See what I mean? How they're putting them all on the bid? They're always on the bid. See there, they bought the ask. See how that one got bought and it was put on the ask? So that was a good buy, and they let that go to the book. But they didn't, but that's that one they distributed into. That's a sell they just absorbed. That's interesting. They filled that in the spread. That's really interesting. I don't know why they would have done that. That big of an order, I would have expected them to throw that to the book. So we'll see. They may squeeze, because that's kind of showing we had a large volume on the sell. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Very mixed price action now. Right? But I really like my position. So here's the thing too now, right? Here's my thought process. Imagine, and this happens to me more often than you think, maybe 2 times a week, I will absolutely nail high of day. Right? How many of you in here have done that? Have just like once a week or so, you just kind of crush high of day. And if you would have just left your stop above high of day, you would never have gotten stopped out the entire day. But because you bring your stop down inside of high of day, when it comes back up, you get taken out. See? Here. Right? So I found that this for the record used to happen to me all the time. All the time. Right? I swear I was going to write a book at one point in time called Stopped Out to the Penny. Right? So it used to happen all the time. Right? So I just got to the point to where I just started, if I've got high of day, I've got it, which means I'm safe, which means I can hold this position all day. And I'd rather see how far this can go. Right? So and especially if we start, if we break the low of day, right, this is going to be very fun. Right? And you guys know I'm in this one. Look at that. Oh, man, when you get back to R4, this is not an R4 call, by the way. We've already been to R6. It shouldn't call this. I like this. So notice the look at the volume on this buy candle here too, on this 15-minute. Very weak. Huh. What? So been experimenting with not using stops and setting my max loss to my R value. What do you mean? So like just saying like you have $400 loss a day. So you're gonna take like however many shares you can take, run like a fairly wide stop, and then just let it roll. And basically, if you hit a target, great. If not, you just close it out wherever it's at. And as long as you don't have some kind of massive movement in the other direction, you're probably will still be there. Something kind of like that. Or are you thinking more of so yeah, still using, still position using a fixed risk, but then just not even worrying about it though, because if you're using DOS, you can have DOS auto close your trades. Right? So you could literally just use the fixed risk key, get it in there, just let it go and just let it roll. Yeah, and let DOS make the decision for you. I think it's good, for sure. just, yeah, you know, I think it could work. So right now, look, we're selling on Mara now. The buying and selling detector right now has us under the 0 line, and we're at the bottom now. So we have officially, you know, broken that veil between buying and selling right now. Now we can bounce off of this and start buying again. That's certainly possible. But it's possible, but it's not what we are doing. Right now we are selling. Right? So one of the things that's good is, you know, this is where VPA, obviously, if you really take a lot of time and put in the effort to learn VPA, you wouldn't need this detector. But if you don't want to if you don't want to put 3 years of intense study into learning VPA and you'd rather just smash anti-cooling inside of your screen for a little while, you know, we'll have this one for you. Oh, brilliant, Bruz. And you're correct. You're correct. I like it, Bruz. You're 100% correct. So Bruz was saying that this didn't call, or that this is still calling because this candle did not close above R6, which is correct. If this had closed above R6, that was the rule we came up with. Since it just wicked it and closed under it, we don't consider that to be a fulfillment of the move. So cool. I like your style. But just be aware for everyone else, right, that this is significantly much less likely. I mean, our rolling indicator right now has us as a -10. So as of right now, we're selling. So we would want to see this shift gears a little bit right now before we're going to do that. But so for those of you who are watching this trade now, right, how many of you day traders would have already, and I am a day trader, right? How many of my fellow day traders would have already have taken mini partials by now? Right? So it's a bit of a switch as far as things go. The old me for sure. Right? So here's what I learned. Ready? So my 4R target, right, at my stop level is from here to here. Right? So you're talking about here to about 1937 here. Right at S2 or R2. Right? So let's imagine you go 2R, which I just hit, and I took half off. Right? So I make 1R, right? In order to now get another target, right? I would go, you know, I would need to get to 4R. And if I get to 4R and take a half off, that would be another 1R. If this comes back and stops me out, wherever that stops me out at, that's going to end up being less than 3R. Right? Because in order to get another R, guess where I got to go? How far would I have to go, everybody, if I wanted another, like, if I wanted to get 2 more R closed out, basically? Like, I could close right here and take the whole R, and that would be 3R, right? But how far would I have to go if I wanted to get a whole nother R if I took half off? I'd have to go to 8R, 8 times my original stop distance, right? Just to get another full partial, right? So now imagine if you partial less, but more, you know, even if you're only doing like 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, by the time you get down here, it's the same thing. right? It's just much easier to get in, put your target out, and hold for it, right? But don't base it on necessarily like what I do. Base it upon what you do. Start at 2 Rs, right? Go short here and target 2 Rs. Can I get here? Oh yeah, I got 2 R, or sorry, it'd be like here. Can I get 2 Rs? Yes. How often do I get 2 Rs? Man, I'm getting 2 Rs like 80% of the time. This is amazing. All right, how often after 2 Rs do you think you could have gotten 3 Rs? And then you'd say, oh man, well, you know, I would probably go down to maybe like a 70% hit rate, but I can get 3 Rs 70% of the time instead of 2 Rs at 80% of the time. And then you'll say, okay, well, what about 4 Rs? And this is me, right? Oh, I get 4 Rs 60% of the time, right? So what this does, right, is that means at 60%, I know I'm going to bore you guys with some math. Right? If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades, right? And you win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10, and you're going for 2R, right? Then that's -2, and that becomes what? 16? Put them together, -14 total. That's a 2R. Out of every 10 trades, if you run an 80% hit rate at 2R, that's what you should expect, 14 Rs, right? Now, let's say you run a 70% hit rate at 3 Rs, right? 7 times 3, 21, but we lose 3, -3. Guess how many Rs that is? Let's say you have a 60% hit rate, but you have 4 Rs. 6 times 4, 4 losses, 20 R. Right? You can lose more if you hold longer. Wow! Right? You can lose more if you hold longer. It's not rocket science. I suck at math. Right? But you think you're going to get to more profit by taking more trades and partialing more frequently, right? But it's not going to happen. I have worked with hundreds of traders. Not a single one of them has ever made it to profit with high frequency trading that did not have a massive bank account. So it really is just not the same game, right? If you've got a massive bank account and your 1/4 of an R is like $10,000, then I'm not talking to you. You know, I mean, you can absorb amazing loss and make amazing profit in a heartbeat because you're trading massive share size and you honestly probably don't care about your money. You know what I mean? Or you're trading, actually. You're probably, you know, you're detached from actually how well the trading actually goes. You're just like, I got money. I'm going to make money, boom. And it works, right? But if you have a small or a medium-sized account, you're never going to make money with high-frequency trading. I don't, find me a stat that proves me wrong. I'll read it for you all. Send it to me. Anyone here, I mean, I'll take it. Show me something real. But what I found, and I'm only telling you this because this was my 100% personal experience as a trader, right? I started making the most money when I started taking 1 contract or 2 contracts of a highly leveraged contract, right? And held it for a really long time, right? I used to never want to trade higher price stocks because I couldn't take enough shares to partial. Now I prefer higher price stocks because I'd rather take 2 or 3 shares and hold them for a long time rather than taking 300 and partialing my butt off. And the comms are lower, for the record, right? So just keep that in mind as you're putting your plan together. You know what I mean? And you're putting your whole trading system together. You know what I mean? That you're going to make the most when you do the least. You know what I mean? And Chris, I get what you're saying on scalping, but in time, I really think if that scalper mentality was used for an entry, and then once you were in, you just let that bad boy roll. I think because of how precise your entries are, your RVR would be insane. And you would only need to hit 1 or 2 of those a week, and you would make massive profits, right? So I'm gonna bring you to the dark side also. So anyway. Yeah, absolutely. So interesting conversation, saying a fun time. Yeah, I'm on a 4R fixed risk. This is 4R off of my entry at 2007. This is 4R to 1937. I have a 60 to 7. I have around a 60 on my worst months, I can run as low as a 40% hit rate, right? So, but I haven't had one of those for a bit. So I tend to stick around 60% hit rate at 4R, right? Which is just an amazing number. And it works really well. So it's a lot less, it's a lot less work. It's a lot less stress. All I got to do is take 1 or 2 trades a day, right? But you'll notice, I mean, these are long holds. These are true traditional day trades. So I hope everybody enjoyed your time this week. Monday, I'm going to be traveling. So I'm hopefully will be on Monday. If not, I'll have Nathan in here to cover and do like a spot gamma / book kind of situation, right? And have you guys in, and maybe I'll be at an airport. So depending on how the Wi-Fi works, maybe I'll be in or maybe I'm not. I'll let you know. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next week. Much love to my entire VBT family, everybody out there in YouTube land. Talk to you soon.